What up? Hi, Alexis. OW. Chamham. Cool name, cool name. Um, I guess I'm gonna let a few people come back in here or come into the room the first time, and then we'll get into it. What's up, Alexis? Oh, we got two Alexis. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna try to pronounce everybody's name. I think we all know that. Uh, you scared? I'll say it. Yeah, yeah. Finally caught me live. Pisces love. Hmm. What up? What up? What up? Hi, Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Contacts like doing something. You eat booty. Oh wow. I'll show it. No, I don't eat booty. I think that's probably the most interesting opening question I've ever received. No. All right. All right. All right. I guess we're gonna get started. Um, what up? This week has been probably my biggest week on YouTube. So if you have written me, just know that I'm extremely, extremely backed up. I'm used to getting about 15 emails or Instagram messages a day, 15 to 20 a day. And this week I've been receiving about 30 to 40 a day because I'm spiking right now. My views are they're ridiculous at the moment. I'm just having a moment, and so like I'm getting so many more emails than I would normally be getting. That people are just getting drowned out, and so again, if you want your email to float to the top of that pile, you can donate to my PayPal. Any amount will get your email treated as a priority. But right now, like I said, if you've written me and I haven't gotten back to you this week, last week, and really the week before, I started a spike. And it just, every time more people are watching my videos, more people are writing me. That's just how that works. So don't feel ignored if you haven't gotten your response or you haven't gotten it as timely as you're used to getting it. Just know that I'm really, really swamped right now. And I think my channel is really on that threshold where, um, while I would love to get to everybody, it's realistic just not to expect me to get to everybody at this point. It's not a realistic goal to get to everybody. It's a realistic goal to maybe get to 60% or 70%. And so with that type of growth, I have mixed emotions because I'm used to getting to everybody, and I don't like not being able to get to everybody. I feel a bit stressed out about it. I'll have to make my adjustments. But again, I have a wife. I have two kids. I have people who need my time in real life or in my real life. So forgive me if I didn't get back to you. But I haven't, like, I don't give up. I'll go to a really old email like, hey, I missed this one, but is everything okay? And some of you probably, even in this comment section, probably have had that experience with me. So I'm still not ignoring emails that I haven't gotten to yet. So if you wrote me a few weeks ago, you'll probably still hear from me, but it'll be a hey, is it still like that? Is everything okay now? Has the situation changed type of email? And like I said, just forgive me. But if you want your email to bubble to the top, you can always donate to my PayPal, and I'll make sure I get to you within 24 to 48 hours. Just because you're supporting me. Um, it takes a lot of time to write these emails to people. And the time that people spend writing me is usually about the time I spend writing them. So if you write me I don't want to encourage people to write me whole pages, but when people write me whole pages, if the complexity requires me to write that back, then I give that time back. So I don't just give people half-ass emails, which makes it even harder for me to get back to everybody because I'm really trying to give them the same energy and the same effort that they gave me so they can get some clarity in their situation. And so forgive me on the email thing. I think that was a long ass apology but y'all get where I'm going with this. All right, cool, cool, cool. So I'm gonna start, and forgive me, I'm gonna keep doing this with my eyes because I have one contact that just doesn't want to move. He's just not feeling me right now. So I'm gonna start going through these comments. And again, I'm not even gonna make no promise about getting to all the comments. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I apologize. If I miss you, put some stars or some asterisks or some emojis or something to make it stick out. Watch everybody do that. But I'll try to get to everybody's comment. Let's get into this. Alexis Rush, and I'm not going to try to pronounce everybody's name, but that's kind of an obvious one. I got that one. She said, "Hello, my boyfriend is in Cali and he pays almost $800 to fly me out, and he wants to see me almost every week. He's pursued me for a year, and I finally met him in person. It was amazing, amazing guy." Okay, it's all good. Okay, and then she parted it. She said, "He has my name in his phone as Alexis, my wife, and always gives me detailed explanations of what he's doing." Um, and if it's been a while, but I overthink a lot because of my last relationship. Well, Alexis, if you have a man that's doing the right things and he's consistent, you have to let him be an individual. You can't judge him off of your last relationship. He can't carry the bags of the last guy who did whatever wrong to you. You have to let a man make his own sin for himself and judge him according to what he's been to you. And so far, he seems to have been very good to you. Um, and I don't care nothing about the $800 flight or anything like that. But if he makes you feel special and he's consistently emotionally supportive, give him a chance to be his best. Don't bog him down with the mistakes and the sins of the next guy. So don't ruin it. A lot of girls do that. They feel like something is too good to be true, and while that statement has some validity, a lot of times too good to be true is a guy giving you the basic decency that another man refused to give you. So your standards become so low that when a guy meets basic standards, you think that it's too good to be true. So like I said, if the guy is doing his thing, enjoy the fun times, but always be mindful that there could be something to watch out for. But don't ruin your relationship holding him to the standards that you didn't hold the last guy. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, random, uh, all of my new subscribers, I've gotten thousands and thousands of new subscribers over the last maybe 2 weeks. It's been, like I said, I'm having a spike right now. So for all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me. Thank you for writing me. I'll get to you immediately or eventually. I'm sorry, not immediately, eventually. So just thank you for all the new help, all the new subscribers, all the new support, all the new love. Okay, Cham guys always seem to be intimidated by me. Just smile and never approach. Well, Cham, sometimes that happens. If a guy's always smiling at you, then it means he's probably noticing you. It takes some effort to make a guy smile at a girl who might intimidate him. And most times, guys don't just smile at women they haven't noticed to be attractive. So if guys are smiling at you and they're not approaching you, then yeah, they may be intimidated. Um, you really can't give a man heart. There are ways to get around that intimidation, but if you're only seeing a man for a split second at a grocery store or something like that, and you miss that opportunity for whatever reason, you still have to live with that. He could have been the guy, he could have not been, but there's really nothing you can do but smile back and try to make a guy feel more welcome to approach you. And if you're around a bunch of women who also might be intimidating, separating yourself from the crowd can also help. Um, it's easiest for anything to hunt a single prey as opposed to something in a densely packed group. Like when lions hunt, they try to get the slower, weakest link that straggles behind the rest of the herd. They don't want to dive deep into the middle of the herd because they can get hurt, and they obviously don't ever catch shit. I watch a lot of Animal Planet. Disregard. Okay, so my question is okay. I think I might beat you to your question, Alexis. You put it in like three parts, but I think I beat you to it. I already got you good. And like I said, if I didn't answer your question, if you send me an email, I'll eventually get it. Um, I think that's one of the kind of the perks of being a patron. My patrons from Patreon who plays more than like $10. I think I got to say that like $10. They just get my phone number and text me when they have things going on or when they need an answer. And because they support me, I'm always more than willing to support them immediately. As soon as I get the time, I always look at the text message because they're actually texting me. They're not emailing me. They're not waiting in a sea of emails or DMs. And so I think that's one of the most popular perks about being a patron. But that really hasn't, gotten off the ground as much yet, but it's fine for me because I just have less messages that I have to that I feel obligated to get to immediately. So, but if that type of access to me is something you want, you might want to consider becoming a patron, or just donate a couple of dollars to the PayPal if you have any questions and you want it to go to the top, like I said. Okay, off of business. Hi, hi, hi. Hello. No, I don't eat booty. We might have been through that. What's popping? Uh, Everything, I suppose. Everything. Thanks for the advice on IG. You're welcome. I'm receiving emails now. As we speak, I'm receiving emails. Lady J, I'm a new subscriber. Love your channel. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of subscribers right now, and I don't recognize the comment section anymore. It's a lot going on. I even got more haters. I got dozens of more haters than I usually get. I usually have to block like one person every couple of days, and this week I think today I've blocked 4 people, and I've never had to block that many people in one day. Uh, yeah, I'm a small channel, but this week I'm popping right now, so I'll take the good with the bad. I'm looking for a question. These questions come in fast. Hold on. Okay, okay, okay. Just getting a notification. Just getting a notification. I'm embarrassed about this guy I think I have a crush on. We're practically strangers. I don't know why you would be embarrassed by that. Destiny said, "Yeah, we understand. Don't stress about it. You're good." I get stressed out when I feel like people actually need help and then I can't get to them. Uh, I'm not going to bash a lot of YouTubers, but a lot of YouTubers don't really care about the people who watch them, or they don't care about helping them on a personal level. They make their videos, and if you don't get help from the video, then you shit out of luck. And that's not really how I approach this, and that's not why I got into this. I didn't get into this to be an internet celebrity or to be popular with women. A lot of guys are running through their subscribers, and that's why they're doing it so they can get more women, and whatever the case may be. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing this to help women of all ages with all types of problems in their relationships, and it's been very excuse me it's been very fulfilling for me to do that. And like I said, while I know I don't owe anybody any time of mine that's personal, I do feel an obligation to do what I can for people, and I've always been like that. So I'm going to be stressed out when I don't get to people, and it's just an adjustment I'll have to learn how to make and grow into. But I'll always be in the comment section. I always show love in the comment section. Somebody gave me $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. You don't have a question? Well, you could have asked the question, but I appreciate the love. It's easy to appreciate somebody with your words, but when you appreciate with somebody with your actions, it means a lot more, and it actually validates that appreciation. Some people just they appreciate you as long as it doesn't cost them anything, and I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when people take the extra step and they actually give to me and they give into my family, they give into the cause of other women receiving help, it means a lot. So I appreciate that. Thank you. We're gonna get into these questions. Some people, I bet he ain't answering no questions yet. Yeah, I'm gonna get into some questions. Somebody said, please view Alpha Male's YouTube videos and do a video about the garbage he's promoting. It's funny. I've had 2 people now, just in the last maybe 2 weeks. I've in my consultations, which will remain anonymous, obviously, but 2 people mentioned that guy's videos, and apparently the guy that they're talking to is exhibiting behavior as if he's watching this guy's videos. I don't know what that guy is talking about. I've only seen a little bit of his video, and this was about a year or 2 ago, or it was before I started making YouTube videos. I've been making them for about a year and a half, so it might have been longer than that. But I don't really know what kind of garbage he's promoting. So I guess I'll check his video out, but I probably won't be making a video about how horrible another YouTuber is, just because I don't care enough about these guys. We know these guys are out here, and that's why I make videos to prepare you guys for that shit. Whatever garbage you say he's promoting, is probably, about creating alpha males out of beta males and men who are ill-equipped to deal with women appropriately. Uh, and I'm just guessing because I don't know. I don't watch his stuff. But my channel is just about building stronger, more well-equipped, wiser women who operate from a place of having way more discernment and and just way more know-how in navigating men. A lot of people get in my comment section and they're irritated. I got a comment today for like, all these videos are about what women need to do this and women need to do that to be perfect. And what about the man? And the problem is men don't watch my videos, and men who are getting all the ass they want aren't trying to get less ass by watching my videos and being more decent human beings. So I can tell you guys about how horrible men is, or how horrible men are, till I'm blue in the face, until you applaud and you give me a standing ovation. But if you're not stronger after watching my video, if you're not wiser after watching my video, if you're not more well equipped after watching my video, then I didn't do anything but appease you and entertain you. And you still go out there and you still live the same life and you still have the same inefficient dating style and you still end up getting hurt. You need to learn something. It's very, very easy to say, yeah, men ain't shit, men ain't shit. And I get that, but you still have to navigate that. Like that fact doesn't go away because it's unfortunate. The things that I talk about in my videos, um, while it might look like I'm telling women to do this and do that, my purpose is to build stronger, more well-equipped women. Women who make better decisions with men, better decisions choosing men, better decisions while entertaining men. So my videos aren't for everybody. If you want to hear somebody man bashing exclusively, there are plenty of YouTube guys and girls who stand around and they talk about how horrible guys are and how stupid they are, and they're right. They're absolutely right. And so they have a market, they have an audience, and there's nothing wrong with that. They make great points. It's not crap, but that doesn't build you. That doesn't make you more ready to face the world. And I believe in just being your best first. Uh, if I was making videos for guys, it would be the same thing. Women do some horrible things to men, horrible. The same stuff that women complain about happen to them. It happens to some degree in a different fashion to men from women. So we can throw rocks across the aisle all day long, but it doesn't build stronger people. Oh wow, thank you. Somebody gave me a $10 super chat. I don't think Oh wow. Oh, I wonder if the person who gave me, I'm still trying to figure out the super chat thing because I don't get a whole lot of them. Somebody gave me $5 earlier and then I didn't click on it. I thought the question was just supposed to come up. YouTube has just changed the options. First, last week or the week before last when I did live, if somebody did a super chat, it would just pop up. So I could see the question. The question didn't go anywhere, and the question popped up on its own. Now I have to click on the question. So that person who gave me the $5, I'm gonna go seek that question out because I didn't see the question. All I seen was the $5. It just looked like a donation. So anyway, I'm sorry, but this person gave $10. Victoria Davis, I appreciate that. She said, "Hey Kev, new subscriber question. When it comes to training men, reinforcing good behavior via rewards and or corrective actions, punishment for bad behavior. What are good examples of effective ways?" I guess that's a loaded question. Um, First of all, positive reinforcement is always the best way to go about it. Positive reinforcement allows a guy to feel the rush he wanted to feel from doing the good thing. Like when a guy does something sweet for a girl, in his head, he's expecting a certain level of gratitude, an obvious gratitude. He's either looking for, let's say if we're dating or we're together, he's looking for a kiss or he's looking for a certain tone out of her that he only gets when she's really excited. He's looking for a particular warmth from her. He's looking for maybe a longing, or I'm sorry, a lingering reaction from her, or a lingering reaction of affection, or something like that. So when you give a man that, like, let's say a man gives you flowers, if you say, "Oh my God, thanks, nice flowers," and then you go right back to being normal, you didn't really reinforce the behavior of giving flowers. And again, you don't have to do anything. I keep having to say that for people who be like, I don't have to do nothing for no man. He better. I get it. But at the same time, if we're trying to make these situations play out, in our best favor, we have to play the game a bit. And so, positive reinforcement is very, very popular, and popular and positive with men. So that's always a good example. As far as punishment, I don't really like the term punishment because it insinuates that some kind of retribution would have a positive effect on your relationship. And then punishments are a tricky area to get into, but corrective actions, um, they can be okay, but I guess it would depend on the personality type of the woman, and the offense of the man. So I would have to know the particulars of that. But you did donate, so if you put like 10 money signs in a Gmail email, I'll get to yours first after I return all the text messages from my supporters from Patreon, and people who buy consultations. They also get my phone number, and we talk all the time. Um, but I hope that answers your question, Victoria. It is a lot in that question, so email me with some money signs, and I'll recognize you from the live, and I'll get to you. Well, I appreciate that. Uh, oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I really appreciate your $20 super chat. Sherm is the last name. Tatisha Sherman. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to find this. I missed this super chat earlier, so I'm gonna try to find this super chat that I missed earlier because some person gave me $5 and I didn't even realize that I had to do some work for the doggone super chat. I didn't even realize I had to click on it. I can't see it. I cannot see it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Maybe it's gonna come up. My phone is going off right now. Oh, okay. So she said I had a question, but it's too complicated when she gave me $5. Okay. Well, blessing Eason. Send me a Gmail with a bunch of dollar signs in the subject matter, and I'll recognize you, and you can ask your complicated question in my Gmail. Um, Look at the description of the last video I did, and it has my Gmails and my emails and all of that stuff in there. So yeah, send me an email with a bunch of money signs to let me know that, hey, I donated, I support it, and I'll get to that one first. All right, I'm gonna get back into these other questions. Make sure I answer. Oh wow, yes, didn't I just talk to you? Yes. Yes, just gave me $49.99. I appreciate you. Yes. Yes. Man, it was wonderful talking to you. She said, Kev, I so appreciate the counsel you provided me recently. You were firm and compassionate in helping me see where I went wrong with Mr. S. And this week, I deeply thought about the lessons that I learned. Thank you for helping me renew my self confidence. It was a pleasure talking to you, Yaz. And like I said, I think I've texted you before. I've texted you after that. If you have any issues, man, just text me. I always get back to people. Today I had like 3 or 4 text messages from people that I talk to on a regular basis, and I was ripping and running so bad today. It took me a few hours to get to them, and I felt so bad, but I got back to everybody, and I'm still kind of having some conversations. But yes, man, it was a lovely time talking to you, and I think that you're gonna be all right. You seem pretty self-aware. A lot of people be a bit crumbled when they get to me, and so they don't really have the strength or the resolve that you have built up. So it was a pleasure talking to you because I knew that what I was telling you you were understanding, and so I'm excited about your future from here. Jessica Hudson gave me $4.99. I appreciate that. She said, "Don't know if you remember me, but I did a consultation. You did a consultation with me a couple of weeks ago. It truly helped me so much. So grateful, Kev, is it true? I appreciate that. Thank you, Jessica Hudson. And I actually do remember you. I remember everybody. If you talk to somebody, disclaimer, or whatever, my consultations last like an hour and a half. And so you talk to somebody for an hour and a half. If you have a good conversation, you remember people. So I usually remember people. I haven't forgotten anybody yet. Might forget the details of your situation until you refresh me because I talked to hundreds of people a week, but I definitely remember the people I talked to on the phone because that's a much shorter list. People don't usually buy consultations. People do, but a lot less people buy consultations than the hundreds of people who might email me every week. All right, I'm gonna get back into these questions. I'm gonna try. I mean, I'm gonna do my best. Um, Somebody said, "Wow, I'm overwhelmed reading all these questions. I don't know how you stay sane." Man, I've adjusted. I've just, I don't know. I don't stay sane when I know I can't get to all of them because it's so many. Just saying thanks for all you do. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. She gave me $4.99. I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Like I said, my goal here, people, a lot of YouTubers, man, they be selling and selling and selling, and people be asking me why I don't, promote my consultations or, T-shirts or whatever the stuff that I have going on. It's because I don't never want my messaging to be confused with, the goal of trying to sell you something. Anybody who's talked to me on the phone, anybody who's written me an email and gotten the same lengthy email back, they know that my intention is to help people. I think that it's my job to help people in certain ways. I don't think I'm the greatest person in the world. I don't think I'm the most gifted person, but I seem to have a gift for helping people and pulling people from a darker place. So I feel like it's my responsibility to be my best person or to be my best self and just try to help people. So I don't ever want my messaging to be confused with you're just trying to make money off a bunch of people. So you're selling this, and you're selling this, that. And while I have things to sell and I need to sell to continue doing this because I have a job, I have actually two jobs. I have a full-time job and a part-time job, and I have an email, I have a consultation business, and then I have this YouTube. So I have like 4 jobs already. I'm trying to kick the two actual jobs where I go work for someone else so I can help more people on a regular basis. And these sales and these donations and things of that nature help me with that goal. So I really do appreciate them. Okay, my boyfriend had a dream. Somebody said my boyfriend had a dream that he cheated on me. Does that mean something, or should I let it go? Um, Baby girl, you can't control a man's dreams, and I'm surprised you haven't had a similar dream. My wife has weird dreams, not like she's cheating on me all the time or nothing like that, but she likes to talk about dreams and she analyzes dreams and things of that nature. So we talk about dreams all the time, and for the most part, they mean nothing. I mean, they have their subliminal meanings, but the meanings are so ambiguous. Even if you Google what a dream might mean, the meanings are so ambiguous that there's nothing there to judge. So don't be hard on your man because he had a dream that he got some tail somewhere else. I think that's a bit unfair and a bit um, it's a bit much. Uh, Somebody gave me a 10. No question. I appreciate it. Somebody just gave me $10, on the strength. I appreciate that. I really do. PJN Love. PJN Love. I wonder what that stands for. When people give me acronyms, I'm always curious. They use a lot of acronyms at my job. My ex wants me back after he cheated. Why is he giving me my ex wants me back after I cheated. Why is he giving me the opportunity? Ooh, Isha, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I personally am a very territorial guy. Um, that's not something I would understand. I'm not saying he's wrong. You probably have a lot to offer, and why you made that mistake. You probably have so much more to offer him by way of security and joy and peace and love and warmth and support. So it just means that you're valuable. He's giving you another chance because what you gave him was much more than what you could take away in making that mistake. So if you like him or you love him, I would take the opportunity, but try not to make that same mistake. You know. Somebody said, Just Low says, so I always text this guy first. He takes forever to text back, but we have good convos. I feel like I'm more interested in him than he is me. You are. If a guy takes forever to text you back, then he definitely is a bit less interested in you than you are of him. A guy that really likes a girl is always gonna make sure he hits her back because he doesn't want anybody else hitting her back. He doesn't want another guy taking up her time. And even if it's strategic, a guy will still make sure he answers you eventually. Sometimes guys strategically ignore women. It's a tactic. He probably got that from the alpha males, gentlemen. But Guys will always make sure they hit you back. They're not going to just ignore you flat out. That's counterintuitive. Um, I got a super chat from Ty J Marie. I hope I said that right. Ty J Marie. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. I just broke up with my boyfriend because he still lives with his mom, doesn't have a car, and works part time. I caught him texting other girls and treating girlfriends to the movies. Wow. What should I do? Uh, Man, if I'm being completely honest, I just hear that. Uh, I don't think he has a whole heap of shit to offer you at the moment. He definitely doesn't have resources, and he doesn't seem to have integrity. He doesn't have resources. He lives with his mom. He doesn't have a car. He works part time. He doesn't have integrity. He's texting other girls and taking them to the movies with his very limited funds. What should you do? Is it not obvious enough? Fuck that dude. Man, a guy has to offer something to a woman for it to be just giving her. If you taking shit from a man, he better be giving you a whole lot more than you're taking. Like he has to be worth the trouble. And I'm not sure the gentleman is worth the trouble. I'm sure he's a nice person. I'm sure he has some potential. Blah 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 blah. But you have to deal with the man's reality. And if his reality is that he has no resources, and you were still dating him because maybe you thought he had something to offer you mentally or emotionally, that's one thing. But once he shows you he doesn't have integrity, coupled with his absence of resources, he hadn't have nothing to offer you unless it's just some sex. And you can get sex anywhere. So that's what you should do. I would move on, but you didn't get that from me because I don't need them type of problems. I know a lot of mad boyfriends that's probably running around here trying to figure out who the hell Kev Hick is. They don't want to find out. But the point is, I don't want them type of issues. So uh, Carrie said, Carrie Chavez said, thank you for helping and being uplifting. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And thank you for uplifting me with that super chat. But back to my point. I wanted to say this too. Man, I keep getting people emailing me or writing me, and they deal with these men who are gangbangers, the murderers. Man, listen, don't write me if you date murderers and gangbangers because you know what you should be doing. You should be getting your ass a man with a future. But because you don't, you want somebody to somehow or another confirm the validity of your relationship with this ain't shit man. Please do not write me if you date gangbangers and murderers and killers and shooters and all of that shit because you know what the answer is going to be. Just what would Kev say? What would Kev Hick do? Kev Hick will probably say leave him. Just assume that I'm going to say that, but I don't want to give you that actual advice because if you're silly enough to date a killer or a gang leader or something like that, you're probably silly enough to go back with him. He's gonna be like, who told you to stop talking to me? You're like, Kev Hick from YouTube. Don't tell them that. I don't need them type of problems. I got a family, and I'll do some. Listen, I don't even want to go into what I would do to make sure we straight. But just don't be. If you dating them type of guys, my advice is not enough for you. You need to be checked mentally. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I've been getting a lot of with the hot girls, thug girls. I don't know what y'all calling them these days, but man, y'all miss me with that shit. Y'all ask somebody else for advice. Y'all need prayer. Y'all don't need advice. Um, Somebody said, "I knew you would take off successfully like this, so don't get overwhelmed. Don't apologize. This is awesome. You have a wonderful gift. I applaud you. I appreciate that, Lisa. I really do. I appreciate that. I believed it. I was hoping for it, but you just never know how things are gonna turn out. You just never know. And I still ain't made it. Like I ain't. I'm a tiny YouTuber. People keep trying to. Uh, Somebody I had to block today was telling me I'd never be Derek Jackson or something like that. And I'm not trying to be the next Derek Jackson, man. I'm doing my thing. They doing their thing. I don't watch other relationship YouTubers. I don't want to be influenced by their subjects or the scheduling of their videos. I don't have nothing to do with none of that. I'm just trying to be the best me and help as many people as I can. And so I appreciate that. But man, I'm a peon. When you start looking at the numbers that some of these people doing, and so I don't even pay attention to what they doing and what they call success because, the fact that I'm still doing this and I haven't quit is success enough for me. That was my only goal when I first started. Somebody said the guy I'm dealing with doesn't make me feel pretty. His social media is filled with women he has slept with and has had a relationship with, flirting. He suddenly started liking thirst trap pics. I think it's KM. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's extremely disrespectful for a man to hit the like button on a booty picture or a thirst trap picture, whatever the picture is. If it's a black man, it's usually a booty picture. But man, I just like I would never be on Instagram or Facebook liking ass pictures because my wife is reflected like my actions reflect my wife and her strength and her dignity. Why would I do that? Why would I even put that out there like she's not enough, especially publicly, hell, in a man's imagination, he's having sex with every beautiful woman in the world. I don't give a damn how good the man is. Every man wants to if he's heterosexual, every man wants to lay down as many women as possible. That's in his mind. That's one of the flaws of man. It's our wiring, but it's a much different thing to act on those desires and to let them manifest themselves into liking thirst trap pics. Um, it's against nature to assume a man won't be interested in other women sexually, but it's also it's kind of stupid to think that um, a man can somehow respect you while he's giving that actual attention to other women while he's physically doing something to let them know that he sees them. I think that's a lie. So your man's liking thirst trap pictures. Um, you need to have a difficult conversation with him because he clearly has a problem with showing his respect appropriately or displaying his disrespect. But I think that's something that y'all need to talk about because that's something I would never do to a woman I love. Before I was with my wife, I grew up with the internet, so that's always been a thing. It was MySpace before that. I'm not gonna get caught dead looking at no ass pictures and liking pictures. You know, I'm gonna see them and I'm gonna mentally applaud, but I'm not hitting a damn like button to save my life. I'm just not. So a man should understand that responsibility, that he has to your emotional stability and to your comfort and to your security. And if he doesn't, then there's a flaw in your relationship, or there's a flaw in that man. So you need to figure that out. Um, C Brown said, "I'm a new subscriber. Your videos are amazing. Thanks for the information. I appreciate that. I wish you the best of luck with the new guy, Alexis. Alexis Fords told the other Alexis you would. That's nice. I see the support y'all got. Man, godly. I probably got 100 questions that I just realized where I was scrolled, and I was scrolled at like the top, and I still have, I don't know how many questions I ain't got to. I'm going to try to get through some of these. Kev, thanks for doing what you're doing. It actually helps me a lot. It's nice to have a guy's perspective or opinion. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Claire. Question. Kev, hi, what are the signs that a guy might be manipulating you or seducing you to benefit his needs when he approaches you? Well, you spoke specifically of a man approaching you. So when a man approaches you, if the only things he seems to notice is how sexy you are and the word sexy comes out of his mouth, first of all, the word sexy should never come out of a man's mouth if he's approaching you. He should have enough healthy fear of you and your reactions to not utter the word sexy. The word sexy means I want to have sex with you. And while we all understand that that's a thing if someone's attracted enough to approach you, if a man utters the word sexy to you, he's trying to establish if you're okay with the fact that he only wants to have sex with you or that he's prioritized having sex with you. He might be interested in getting to know you too, but the word sexy falls out of a man's mouth while he's approaching you, then he's trying to feel out how warm you are to the idea of that being your purpose in his life. So for that, that's one of the reasons that you really never know if a guy's trying to use you for money or any other thing based upon how he approaches you, because it's just harder to tell. But usually if a guy's flaunting a bunch of possessions or bragging about a bunch of possessions, he could be trying to build a financial trust in your mind of him, so then he could also ultimately take you for what you're worth. But that's a longer conversation. But yeah, man should never be in your face, giving you 4 or 5 different ways that he finds you attractive. If he keeps talking about how attractive you are, and it's like not just, hey, you're so beautiful, I can't believe you're so beautiful, then he probably wants something else. Just don't give the ass up. The answer to most of that is just don't give the ass up until the guy has proven his worth to you in your life. You can skip most of the issues that women encounter, especially with the users, if you just don't give the ass up until a man has proven that he is who he says he is, and his intentions are what he says they are. I got some questions and some super chats I want to get to. Sarai, oh, that's a beautiful name. I hope I pronounced it right. She said, and thank you for the super chat. She said, I need advice. I've been with the same man for 5 years. We broke up 7 months ago, but still have a relationship. He doesn't want to stamp it as a couple. What am I doing wrong not to deserve it all? The problem with what you're saying is you're saying that a man, you've been with a man for 5 years, and clearly you are as deeply invested as you can be in a person after that. You broke up 7 months ago. You still have a relationship. He didn't want to stamp it as a couple. I believe that is a task that he's not ready to undertake. Like, he clearly loves you. I don't know the other details about the relationship, but there's something that he's not able to commit to about your last relationship, that he's not approaching it. He doesn't want to reapproach it in this relationship. He doesn't want to be official, basically because he doesn't want the same level of responsibility that he left 7 months ago. There's something in his responsibilities that he's avoiding. So I think he believes that because you're not stamping it, or you're not making it official, then that somehow gives him wiggle room, and it gives him the perceived freedom that makes him feel like he's not being smothered. But I wouldn't know, because you haven't written me the details. But most of the time when a man is avoiding the official couple term, he's either sneaking around with other women and he wants to keep it on the down low, or he's avoiding responsibility, and that responsibility, it has to be determined. It's based on the situation. So he just doesn't want to be responsible for being either faithful or um, you know considerate all the time. He wants that freedom, and I'm not sure what the freedom he's seeking is, but there's something holding him back, and it would be hard for me, or irresponsible even for me, to tell you exactly what it is, because I don't really know the situation. But you gave me $10. If you put a bunch of dollar signs in your Gmail and you give me some details, we may be able to work out exactly what's going on. And if for whatever reason your question is longer than that and it deserves a conversation, you can always or schedule a consultation, and I'll talk to you about it. But thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Uh, I'm to the point. Just gave me $20. I appreciate it. No question. And hey, you just showing love, and I appreciate anybody showing love to me like that. Like I said, man, it really helps me, and it's making in my mind, my goal way more realistic. I started YouTube, and I said, I'll get this 5 years, and if I can't leave my job in 5 years, and I'll find something else. Because I'm trying to get away from my job, and I really want to. I'm passionate about what I'm doing right now. I'm passionate about helping people, and it gives me fulfillment. My day job doesn't really give me any fulfillment at this point. So it's my hope, my sincerest hope, that I can do this full time, and help a lot of people, and I can dedicate more hours to answering emails, dedicate more hours to doing consultations, dedicate more hours to texting people back, and just giving people the support that they seek. So I appreciate every super chat, because it shows me that my dream isn't as far off as I thought it was when I first started this. And it just reaffirms for me that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. A lot of people write me and they say sweet things, and that's cool, but I can't pay my bills with sweet things, but I can pay my bills with, super chats. Don't misunderstand me. We're not hurting over here. I have a quote unquote good government job, but if y'all Google good government job, you'll see the disgruntled employees probably made that Google up. So let me get back to these questions. Somebody said, I just heard of this new thing called MGTOW. To me, it seems like why they hate men. Um, have you heard of it, and what's your perspective? Uh, Man, acronyms elude me. I don't. If you could break that acronym down, can somebody? I wouldn't see it anyway if you did. It's a bunch of comments in here. It's a lot of comments in here, but I don't know what that acronym means, so I can't even speak on it. I'm sure it's a concept. If somebody can put like a lot of stars in their comment and then tell me what that acronym means, I might see that, and then I can try to break that down. But I don't offhand know exactly what you're talking about, or if I even am familiar with that term, or you know, crap, whatever. Um, how do guys feel about women who have been previously physically and sexually abused? I'm frustrated with guys not wanting to take it slow to build trust. Oh my God. Did I talk to you on Instagram? I'm working on a video right now as we speak. I just got that question 3 days ago on Instagram from a longtime follower and subscriber on Instagram. And we had a conversation about that. And she thought that what I told her, I should put in a video and I should expound upon it. And I actually am. One of the next couple of videos I'm actually releasing is is about exactly that. Tiffany Hogan is about how guys feel about women who have been previously physically and sexually abused. That's exactly what it's about. And I'm about halfway done with the video. It's a video I'm taking my time with because it's a lot of things you can say wrong or missay and miss uh, it's that's a dangerous, tricky subject matter. I think I have a talent and a gift for handling tender subjects with the proper amount of care, but I'm taking a bit extra time with that one because I don't want it to be confused for anything other than love. There's a lot of anger behind the subject of sexual abuse and physical abuse, and I want to make sure that what I say can't be misinterpreted too many ways. I want it to be very, very clear about what my point is. And while some people have what they call auditory processing disorder, and no matter what you say, it's gonna go in their head and it's gonna scatter and they're gonna reconfigure it however they want. I don't want the majority of people to come away from that video feeling like I somehow have victimized the man in this situation. But the video is about what men feel about dating girls, about how men feel about those situations when they approach women and when they find out they've been through that and they have to date them. So I'll handle it with kid gloves, but that's one of the next videos coming out. So I hope you're watching and I hope you're in the comment section. And thank you to everybody in the comment section. I love talking to people in the comment section. Most people, especially all of my new subscribers, I hope you notice that I'm actually in my comment section. I don't ignore my comment section like a lot of YouTubers. I get in there and I talk to people. And sometimes you know, I don't argue with people at all. Like I don't do that. But I'll tell a joke to somebody if I feel like if they kind of got some hater in them. I don't want to engage with them too much though. Um, Sequoia Rain. Man, that's a beautiful name. I think I pronounced it right. And Sequoia, so yeah, Sequoia. She said, "Thank you for doing what you do. Wish you were doing this when I was in my 20s." Man, I wish I was doing this when you were in your 20s. I wanted to do a channel in 2008. Had I done a channel in 2008, I would already be full time doing this. I wouldn't even have to have a job outside of helping women. I would probably already have 1 million subscribers. I would probably already be, just living my best life or my dream, right? And because of fear of not only failure but rejection and judgment, and the insecurities that everybody have, I decided, well, maybe later, and I always put it off, and then I never did it. And last year I went through a thing where I decided I would never make another decision based upon if I was afraid of it or not. And it's changed my life. So if you're a person who's putting something off that you might be good at, I don't give a damn if you want to be a stand-up comedian. Whatever you think you want to do, just do it, because It's not as bad as it seems. Like, it's never as bad as it seems. I thought I would have so many more haters. I'm gonna skip a section and we'll go to another section. But I thought I would have so many more haters, and they don't exist. Those people have just not shown up. So I've been afraid of the opinions of small minds who didn't even show up to the party. And so a lot of people are like that. So don't let anything stop you. Like I let stop me. I feel a bit guilty that I didn't start in '08. I could have helped millions of more people at this point. Okay, somebody said, I think I suffer from resting B face. I think it pushes guys away. Any advice on how to look softer? Man, you just got to smile a lot. Raise your eyebrows. See, I already look softer. I just raise my eyebrows. See, that's all you got to do. Just raise your eyebrows, smile more. Uh, wave. I don't know. Don't wave. That's kind of creepy. Waving is kind of creepy. You need some tact to wave, but you understand what I'm saying. Kev, you got snacks? Faith Dixon, I'm not sure what you got snacks means. I appreciate the comment though. Thanks for joining the conversation. I'm not sure what snacks are though. I only see that on Instagram. Baller Alert always say snack or meal when they put somebody's picture up, but I don't know what that's about. Wow, that's sad. Thank you. Okay, somebody having a conversation. That ain't none of my business. Okay, somebody said uh, Bashia Harris, if I'm pronouncing your name right, says, is it possible to have standards that are too high? A guy told me that I'm alone because I'm too worried about what a guy has. I don't think that someone else can define your standards. I think that you define your standards, but you have to ultimately live with those standards and the results of having those standards. Like, I can't tell you that your results, like, let's say that you required a guy to own a Rolls Royce, just hypothetically speaking, so we all know we're all on the same page. If you required a guy to have a Rolls Royce to date you, and then guys who drove Toyota Camrys got upset and told you your standards were too high, first of all, we all know why they don't approve of your standard system. But at the same time, you should have the knowledge that there are a lot less guys with Rolls Royces and more guys with Toyota Camrys. So as long as you understand the dating pool for the guys who have the things or have the character traits or the qualities that you want, and you go into it with that full knowledge and not a denial type of knowledge, and you're fine. If you understand that only 10% of the guys that are available have the things that you require, as long as you're not complaining about the dating pool being small, no, your standards aren't high. But if you're not finding the people because they don't exist, because the numbers are just so small for guys who drive a Rolls Royce, then you might want to consider reevaluating your standards and get more realistic standards. But I don't think that you're alone because you're worried about what a guy has. There are women who aren't worried about a damn thing. There are women who take McDonald's dates and they're single right now too. I told somebody who was a virgin very recently. They were concerned that their virginity was what was causing them to be single, and 90% of the women that I talk to are very sexually active, and they're also single. And some of them are older and more mature, and they're also single. Um, I wouldn't internalize that as the reason you're single, but it can contribute to you finding less men who meet your standards. So that's something that you have to. That's a decision that you have to make. Being willing to wait more. Never mind the haters; they're sick. Yeah, man, I got some. Deanna, yeah, I got some haters today, man. They were in my ass today for real. I always find it kind of entertaining. Somebody told me, what? I guess somebody felt like I attacked them in one of those videos about being thirsty. Maybe they were a bathroom model, or maybe they were, you know, giving top, you know, to a lot of guys. I don't know what they were doing, but they were offended with what I said, and I always come in love, like even when I chastise someone or I accost them with the truth that might be unfortunate. I always do with the intention of building them back up and giving them the love that they need to consider the points that I'm making without just the being offended. And some people don't care what you do, what effort you make. Somebody called me a toxic sexist the other day. after I said that women possess the goddess energy, I don't know how you get toxic sexist from goddess energy. Uh, I call women treasures and said that they possess the goddess energy. And somebody called me a toxic sexist. They probably didn't watch the whole video. As soon as I said booty model or bathroom model or whatever I said, they probably stopped watching. Told me I was a sexist. And it's okay. Haters gonna hate, but sometimes I find it a bit funny because I've been called a lot of things, and uh, most people just don't have a clue about what the conversation is. They come to comment on it, but they don't. They haven't read enough into what the context of the conversation is to make a legitimate comment. And so I don't worry about the haters at all, not even a little bit. Is it okay? She already read that one. Let me see. Man, look, people asked question probably 30 minutes ago. I ain't even in that section yet. I'm not used to having as many people on my live. It's a lot of people here. Somebody said, I just realized that I only chase unavailable men. Seriously, 30 years of that ish. What is the thing I can focus on changing? If you only chase unavailable men, then there's something that you're attracted to about the way that, maybe they don't answer your phone calls. You're attracted to the chase, and you find that to be exhilarating. The problem with the chase is that sometimes you don't catch what you were after. And if you're in the habit of not catching what you were after, it's because you're chasing, unavailable men, like you said. The problem is though, if that habit lives in you, it leads you to believe that somehow or another, uh, you can. I don't even know how. I just lost my train of thought. The thing that you need to change if you're chasing unavailable men is to recognize the type of unavailability that you normally respond to. So if you seem to like it when guys aren't available on the phone, or when they're elusive when you're trying to get a date, or when they're emotionally unavailable and you're affectionate with them and they kind of push you away. I don't know what your thing is, what causes you to be like that, but it's not healthy, and clearly it doesn't work. It doesn't lead to relationships. So I can't tell you what exactly you should change because I don't know what your habit is. But I can tell you that if you recognize that in yourself, you should probably start dating men who are more genuine about liking you, and that might be something that turns you off. But you may find that one of those guys that ultimately is a bit more nice can be a very, very worthwhile partner in life. So I don't know. You had to give me some more details about how they're unavailable and why you're turned off by guys who answer the phone when you call, or show up to dates that they said they were going to show up to. Okay, why is he not calling back? Renee Davis is if he's not calling back, it's because he probably doesn't like you. I'm sorry, baby. That's just I'm sorry. Brother, no man's gonna not call a woman back if he's interested in her. He'll at least give her a text message. If a guy likes you a little bit, but he don't like you enough to talk to you, you'll call him and he'll text you back. If he don't do none of that, then you don't have a chance. I'm sorry. What does it mean when a guy says he wants to invite you over, but every time you try to make the arrangements, he keeps saying never mind and assume you hate him when it's not true? I think a guy like that is conflicted about if he wants to spend time in your company. A man will tell you anything in the world to be close when he is horny. And as soon as he, for whatever reason, isn't horny anymore, or isn't feeling sexually motivated, all of a sudden he's thinking clearly and he's like, I don't know if I want to hang out. I got stuff to do. And it confuses women because they see this guy who's attentive to their needs, to their emotions, and he always seems to talk about spending his time and hey, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And then when everybody has the time and everybody is available, all of a sudden he just wants to be alone and hang out in his house or play video games or go off with his friends. It's because he was probably sexually motivated when he made those comments about spending time in your company. A lot of times women get with these dudes that are only using them for their company, and the possibility of sex or making out or whatever sexual gratification he might be into and you might be willing to give. But when they don't have the motivation of hormones and arousal, then they all of a sudden get distant. And so, don't allow yourself to become a person who is just a bed warmer or a time space filler when someone wants to chill after Netflix. Um, I'll talk about that a bit in my next video. We'll talk about that later, though. M Journey, first of all, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. She said, "Why do men call me cute? It does nothing for my sexual prowess. I think I'm beautiful and appealing. So it is. Is it because I'm shorter and thick? Yeah, yeah. I don't think cute. I don't think cute is meant as an insult, but I know it doesn't make you feel powerful or sexy or the other more intense words that allude to a woman's attraction. Um, I think cute is it can mean beautiful, but if you, I don't know, it's hard to explain the definition of cute, and a few guys might have different definitions, but if you're short and you're thick, I can hear a guy saying, "Yeah, she cute." Uh, it doesn't, it's not an insult, but I know it doesn't make you feel as goddess like as fine or sexy or whatever. But I wouldn't take offense to it. I don't know. I can't tell you how to respond to it, obviously, but it's not a bad thing. Some people are just cute. You're still beautiful. I don't think a woman who's cute can't be beautiful or isn't beautiful, but you're just not encountering men who have big enough vocabularies to describe how attractive you are. That's basically it. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down to some. How can I discreetly find out? How can I discreetly find out a guy's age? I want to straight up ask, but I don't want to find out if he's too old or young. Guys aren't unless they. I'll tell you, unless a guy is older than he should be when dating you, or he feels he should be when dating you. Most guys don't care about asking their age. They're not like women. Women usually guard their age just for the hell of it. I don't know why. Some women look amazing and they just won't tell anybody how old they are. So it's not a thing about them feeling less beautiful. It's just women guard their age for a plethora of reasons. Men don't do that unless they feel like they're too old to be dating you, and then they hide their age. I've known men to lie about their age when dating women in their 20s and their 30s, and they're in their 40s. Because they don't feel like a woman is going to see them as attractive or as I don't know, hot or whatever. I don't really use the word hot, but you know what I'm saying. So guys will lie about their age if they're too young, if they're too old. But so I guess if you can find out how old a guy is by if he will tell you his age. If he's secretive about his age, then he's you can probably guess he's a bit older. I mean, you can actually see his driver's license picture. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a sneaky person. I don't know how to do sneaky shit. Sorry. I mean, good luck though. He's probably too old to be honest. If you got to sneak it, he's probably too old. Okay. The red flags are okay. Somebody's telling somebody else something. I can dig that. Y'all help each other out. I feel you. Kathleen Adams says, "Can I ask a question?" You can. I'm not sure if I see it. I got a lot of questions here, but you can definitely ask a question. Hey Kevin, I'm glad I caught you tonight, ladies. I'm a widow who was out of the dating game 20 years ago. Oh, hey Vanessa, what's going on? Look here, my voice got all high. I like Vanessa. Vanessa's one of my favorite people. How you doing, Vanessa? Good gracious. I bet you put this comment here a long time ago because I'm up in the middle-ish. Hi Vanessa. Vanessa, you are awesome. Let me see. Okay, and somebody said, LaCheryl said, I'm in a 7-year long, internationally long distance relationship. It's hard, and we have never met outside of video chat. That's rough. I think the key to a successful long distance relationship, LaCheryl, is to make sure that there's a foreseeable end game. Uh, like there has to be the expectation of ultimately being together. If you can't ultimately Imagine yourself in the same place, cohabitating or just living in the same city, then eventually the interest wears thin. So there has to be a goal to be together eventually, and not just live permanently in different spaces where you can't see each other. A lot of people do that, and they end up on Catfish, and not internationally, but a lot of people be on and off for like 8 or 9 years on Catfish. I be watching on Catfish, and then they meet the person, and they don't even like the person in real life because, again, when you feel somebody's energy in person, it's way different than when you talking to them on the internet or you video chatting them. And you meet somebody in person, you can either feel your attraction for them or your disdain for them. And so it's dangerous to spend a long time. And you said 7 years. That's a long time to not have seen the person or smelled them or felt their energy in person. Make plans to figure that out, because otherwise, ultimately, you're not going to. You said it's hard. We never met. It's hard because there's a hope that we will ultimately be together. And after 7 years, you start to lose hope. So make some plans to see each other at least and kind of rekindle things. Somebody said, "Put your money where your mouth is." I'm with that. Hey, Brene. Yeah, Brene said that. Yeah, Brene's one of my day ones. Yeah, Brene's been around for a while. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get some of these questions. Good gracious, I've never had this problem before. Saw these new subscribers. I want to know if it's possible to have standards that are too high. Oh, we see. I already answered that question. I need to go. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm gonna work my way up. Oh wow, the bottom is deep. Okay, Seth. Now, hi. I love your videos. Very informative. I see you personally coming through in this live session. It's warm and welcoming. Keep it up. Well, I try. Um, Yeah, like I don't get to. A lot of YouTubers do videos where they just talk or they just vlog their whole day, and so you kind of get to know them. Me, I normally just do videos, and that's it. And so the only time people really get to know me is through these live sessions, and I appreciate it because somehow or another, I don't think I would get a lot of views if I just started talking about random stuff or doing vlog videos. I don't think that would go over well. Probably be a waste of my time at the moment because I'm too small of a channel. I am not Kiki Green Tea. Kiki Green Tea. Okay, Kiki Green Tea. I appreciate the super chat. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Christian guy I've dated for 7 months doesn't hate gays, but thinks the act is sin. He doesn't know that I once had a 2-year relationship with the girl. Tell him or no. Hmm. I suppose tell him. I mean, if a guy likes you, he should he should at least appreciate the fact that you're being honest about something that might have happened that go against his convictions. I don't think you're obligated to tell him, but if you want to be completely transparent about your histories, um, tell him. I guess with the way he thinks about that stuff, it would maybe be a minor betrayal if you didn't tell him. But I don't think counting other people's sins is his business anyway. If that's the case, if that's how he feels, but I don't know. That's one of those things. You can tell him. He'll probably find out eventually and be very disappointed. I used to know somebody that dated somebody and they thought they'd known about their sexual history, and then it was revealed that this person had a much more vast sexual history and it hurt him a lot. So I guess you should tell him because it might cause some damage if he finds out in a way that is less than genuine from you. Thank you for the super chat. Fitness Die. I think that's how you pronounce that. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Said, how can a man state they love you, you're perfect for them, they miss everything about you, and wish you were their girl, then state they were seeing someone after blocking you? Ooh. Well, you understand that a guy will tell you anything to get in your pants, anything. If he does not have any scruples or character or integrity. Now we can say these things based upon the fact that he says he was seeing someone after he blocked you, after he told you these other very very lovely things. We can tell that he doesn't have any morals or values or integrity. And so that's how he's void of those things. And we know that he was only telling you those things to make you feel close to him so he could get something from you. It might have been your body, it might have been your money, it might have been a ride or two. I don't know. But I hope that you didn't give him anything um, that you can't get back. Um, Women fall in love with a man's words sometimes, but his actions should always confirm his words. And if they don't, then his words mean nothing. Uh, Never believe a man's words and ignore his actions. And his actions, I'm assuming, weren't far from what he actually did eventually. So just don't take that shit with a grain of salt when a guy's telling you how great you are and how he wants a future with you and you just met him, because we don't know who these people are. And it's not just guys. I've had women tell me all kind of stuff before, and it just turned out to not be true. But I'm not no sucker, so I didn't fall for it. And sometimes we get caught slipping, but do your best to do your due diligence, and make a man prove his words with his actions. And you don't have to tell him to prove it, but just watch his actions. And if they don't line up with what he's telling you, then believe the actions, don't believe the words. I made him wait 5 months. We talked on and off. We smashed and got really nasty. Now I'm having to call him over 5 times. A lot of times, women, Shirley Haynes. So you basically waited a guy. You made a guy wait 5 months. You talked on and off for that 5 months, and then he disappeared after he got to sex. Basically, the thing is, if you talking on and off with a guy and you're not the girl that he's pursuing consistently, then that 5 months doesn't mean anything. You're just a guy can talk to multiple women for years if they're not requiring time of him. Hold on. Excuse me, Jesus, bless me, bless me, bless me. But I get 100 of them. So yeah, like, man, I've talked to women. Okay, when I was earlier in my dating life, when late teens, early 20s, I could talk to multiple women for months, and because I wasn't doing anything with them or requiring any time from them, you could build a rapport over a span of months that makes you feel like you're more familiar with the person than you are. And you look back and like, man, how many times we kicked it? I'm like, oh man, I only kicked it with her like twice. It'd be like 8 months, 9 months in, but you've been talking to her all this time. And people do that. And then when women talk to guys for these long periods of times, and they think that, oh well, it's been months, so he ain't hit it yet. If I give it to him, he's straight. But you still didn't establish the connection. You still didn't establish the commitment. I don't care how long you made a man wait, or you think you made a man wait. If y'all wasn't going full force, and you was letting him take time off of building with you, then he was building with someone else, and he was getting it from somewhere else. So a guy can, if a guy's talking to 3 or 4 women and he's having sex with 2 of the 4 women, the other 2 just come in and out. They're just space fillers. He's building a rapport with them. They think they're building something real, when really they're just being worked on part time. As long as it takes for them to linger in his presence. And then eventually they have sex because they think, oh, I've known this guy for 5 or 6 months, 7 months. But he really wasn't working with you. He wasn't working on you. He wasn't giving you his time. He wasn't giving you his energy. He wasn't committing anything to you that cost him anything. He never inconvenienced himself for you for any period of time. You just were building a cool friendship and an acquaintance with someone. And eventually the acquaintance gets physical, and all of a sudden your acquaintance is no longer needed. Um, Never give a man butt just because you've known him for a particular period of time. Because unless he's been pursuing you and working with you and for you and building with you and connecting with you, then you've just known him. You can be a man's associate for 10 months, 12 months. It doesn't mean you've known him for 10 months or 12 months. It's a different level of connection from people who don't have a rapport to people who've been dating. So that's kind of how it happens. Man, that was a long answer. I'm sorry. I be rambling. That's why I edit my videos. Otherwise, I'd be standing there talking for 45 minutes. Um, but yeah, that's how that happens. Am I wrong if I want to meet up with my ex just to end it off on a better note than via text? I want to do it in person, and if she agrees with me, we're on good terms. It's still our love. Yeah, I think. What's up, Daniel? solid. One of my male subscribers. I appreciate it. Or more male viewers. I don't have enough. I don't have enough of them. I got like 5% male viewership, and most of my advice goes both ways. So most of the guys get just as much from the videos as the women get. But you know, anyway, no, I don't think that you're wrong for one to end it. Ended on a better note in person. I like to do everything in person. If I got beef with a person, if I got an issue with a person, I like to handle it in person. I'm not gonna call you on the phone and be like, oh man, yo, I ain't feeling this, man. I'm gonna be in your face. We're gonna visit each other. As Pimp C used to say, you gonna smell my cologne. And no matter what it is, if there's something that needs to be hashed out between two people who have a connection or care for each other, it's best to do it in person because I think doing it via text removes the responsibility that you have to honor each other. Like there's still care that you have for her, and there's still care that she has for you. Somehow or another, when we're text messaging somebody and we're a little bit irritated or frustrated, that responsibility that we have to give them that honor kind of gets thrown out the window. And if you want to end it on a good note, you always want to restore that honor that you have for each other. So I think that you have a very good idea, Daniel, and that you should definitely end it in person, not via text message, so that y'all can have that embrace. Y'all can really sit down and make some peace about what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes that goodbye cry is much needed, and it restores the peace. And good luck with that, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Hear about the breakup. Sunshine Tarot just gave me $5 on the strength. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate these super chats. Y'all don't even know. I be at my job like, you know what? I got about 3 more years of this shit. 3 more years. I'm gonna get up out of there one day. I swear I am. I'm gonna retire from my boss, dude. Um, Somebody said, oh, I don't know. I ain't into that. Somebody arguing. Why don't you try to go educate yourself so you don't sound like a complete idiot? Oh, I don't know who Andrea Haynes is talking about. You might have been one of them haters that showed up on my other video. Oh, see, the haters be everywhere. Andrea Hayes. Why don't you try to go educate yourself so you don't sound like a complete idiot? All right. We say, blocking me, I will lay down my burdens. My ego, I couldn't take it. I don't know what the hell's going on in this comment section. I don't know if people are talking to each other. Um, Somebody said, I made him wait 5 months. Okay, no, I got that one already. I'm at the bottom. All right, block Taylor so she can go to sleep. Wow. Okay, damn. Pen. Pen just gave me a super chat for $50. Andrea, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but I appreciate you, Andrea. Said, why do men realize they are in love? I'm sorry, when do men realize they are in love with their friend, girl? Is it easy for them? Do they usually end up wanting an official relationship? We've been friends for 4 years and we've always liked each other, making out, never sex yet. Is sex important? Is sex an important thing here? Okay, so you have a very close, intimate friendship with someone that you occasionally make out with, and you're very, very attracted to each other. Um, Apparently, you both like each other, but something holds you back or him back. I suppose that um, you want him to, pop some sort of question to you so that you can be together, or just commit. Like I don't know what kind of conversations you've had with him, and and what the depth of the relationship is. Like, how often do you talk? Do you always kiss and stuff, or do you just do that on occasion? um, I've had ambiguous friendships before, and I've never ended up with anybody that we straddled the fence like that. Sometimes there's something about a person that you can't commit to, and sometimes as a guy, it's something about you that won't allow you to commit to a person, especially if you think, and this is in my personal experience, this has happened to me. I used to be extremely close with this girl that we were friends, we dated, We made out. We were all over the place, right? And it was a long time. It was a long-term thing, but I knew that if I got with her, I would damn near be married. And I was about 18, and I felt like this relationship would be like the most serious relationship immediately. And so, because I was at the time so young, it just felt like this is going to be too much too soon for me. This relationship is going to be serious. I'll never find a reason to leave her because she's really good. She's perfect. She's not going to find a reason to leave me because I'm perfect. Like, it just would have been too good, and it would have meant marriage. It would have meant forever to me, and that's how I was feeling. So at the time with that friend, um, we both kind of just straddled the fence because we knew we were looking at a very serious commitment, and we were not willing to betray each other in a relationship. So with your guy friend, it could mean the same thing. He could really genuinely love you enough to know that he's not ready for what it would mean if you guys got together because you're so close. And it's very, very scary to have a relationship with someone that you can ruin if you really let it come to a head like that. So it sucks because sometimes the person best fitted for you is the last person that you give a chance to. You'll notice that sometimes he'll date women who are below him or beneath him in your opinion, women who don't deserve him in your opinion. And sometimes a man is dating beneath himself or under him because he understands that he's just dating and his goal is to only date. Don't let a guy uh, don't let a guy make you wait forever. Uh, but you also have to wait till he's mature enough for the type of commitment that it would cost him, especially dating someone that he's as close to, if you in fact are that close. But if I didn't answer your question, um, you uh, write me on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram, I understand, but write me on Instagram, put a bunch of dollar signs in it, or write me on a Gmail and put a bunch of dollar signs in it. And I'll get with you personally, and we can figure out exactly, what I think about your situation because you've given me $50, so I can go through a bit of extra trouble for you. I appreciate it. But yeah, write me and I can figure it out. But I can tell you if you've never had sex with him, then he's really spending time with you if you've been that close for 4 years because he enjoys you, and so you have a genuine connection. But you got to figure out why he's not ready for a commitment, and it could be because it might be too serious with you. He could get into trouble or end up hurting you because he's not ready for that level of commitment. So write me, Andrea, and we'll figure that out. Put a bunch of dollar signs though, so I notice it because I get a lot of emails. Okay, we're talking to each other and arguing. What's your zodiac sign? They were talking to each other and arguing. Okay, so the one girl was okay. So they weren't telling me I look stupid. I should go back to college a fourth time because I've been to college a lot. They were telling somebody else. Cool, I'm happy with that. I appreciate that because I've been getting a lot of haters. So I don't even know where it's coming from these days. Um, Somebody said, me 123. What's your zodiac sign? I thank you for the super chat and for the clarification because I didn't want to block nobody that wasn't talking to me. I understand that people get into it. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. I was born on October the 10th. And I hope nobody knows how to put a spell on me because I just told them my birthday. But I was born on October the 10th. I'm a Libra. 1986. I'm 31 years old. People are like, you're too old to wear a hat. I wear a hat if I feel like wearing a hat. I ain't got the lineup, so I'm wearing a hat. And I'm not concerned, again, I said this in the last live, I'm not concerned with being the most professional person. A lot of these guys be wearing suits and ties and shit, and they don't have anything of value to give you. Okay, they got the costume on, but you don't come away from their videos or experiencing them or their $70 emails with anything that you can really hang your hat on. And so I'm not concerned with looking professional. I'm concerned with really helping people, and I'm concerned with doing that as me, 100% me, not pretending to be someone else, not pretending to be higher or more professional than I am. If you don't like information from Kev Hick, as Kev Hick, then you watch a person that pretends to be more professional. I don't care. And I know ain't nobody in this comment section on that, but I just wanted to say that because people be hitting me all the time. Your hat, you take the hat off, you look more professional, you look more I don't give a damn about looking credible. That doesn't negate if you watch my video, if you watch more than one of my videos, you see the credibility. I don't have to convince you of anything because I wear a gold chain. Uh, it's amazing to me that brother can't wear a gold chain or a hat without being called all kind of thugs and shit. But I ain't gonna get into all of that. I'm just saying it's all good. Anyway, I'm a Libra. See, I told you I'd be ranting, man. I'd be going on these rants, and that's why I be like in the last video, I'm like, I'm off subject. Let me get back on subject. Somebody was like, you're not off subject. Keep preaching. It was going there. It was going off subject. Trust me. I was going to be off the rails eventually. Linda MTZ, I wanted to schedule a consultation with you this week, please. Thank you so much for the super chat, Linda. I really appreciate it. You can definitely schedule a consultation with me. Okay, this was something I appreciate you, Linda, for pulling that up. If somebody wants a consultation with me, email talkwithkevhick@gmail.com. That's talkwithkevhick@gmail.com. Spelled as you would assume. If you and you can look at the link is in the description box to my last video. If you want free email advice, email kevhicktalksguyswithgirls, spelled just like my YouTube handle, @gmail.com. People been emailing Talk with Kev Hick for free email advice, and Talk with Kev Hick is for people who are scheduling consultation. That's for that's my client email. That's my business client email. So email kevhicktalksguyswithgirls@gmail.com if you just want an email, but email Talk with Kev Hick if you want a consultation. And I'll send you, if you email me right now, Talk with Kev Hick, as soon as you email me, I'll email you something back, and it'll be instructions to how you get your consultation, what it costs at the moment, and everything like that. I will say it's pretty affordable. I'm not looking to get rich. And again, I don't talk about my consultations and stuff like that all the time because I don't want it to be confused. I don't want to be confused for a salesman. I'm trying to help people, and that's what means more to me than anything. And so I want people who need the consultations to get them, but I'm not trying to convince people who don't need consultations to give me some money to get on the phone with me because I actually have a family. So I'm not looking to be on the phone for, that's in so many hours every day. I just want to help the people who really need help. And I take a lot of pleasure and pride in being able to do that. So Linda, right, Talk with Kev Hick @gmail.com, and you will get your consultation information immediately. And thank you again for the super chat. Hey, Kevin, what do you think about zodiac signs and dating compatibility? I suppose that there's some truth to the truth to zodiac sign character traits or basic traits seems to be undeniable in most cases. So I believe in the zodiac signs. I'm not running around with the damn book or nothing, but I believe the zodiac signs. Most things that they say about a Libra, especially the Libras born in my section of October, agree heavily with who I am and what I'm about. So I think that there's some truth to zodiac signs, and because there's truth to zodiac signs, some smart person hooked up probably put them on a big graph and figured out who was more compatible. And so I think there's some compatibility. I think there's some validity to the compatibility of the zodiac signs. But people are individuals, and love conquers everything. And if you have a little bit of respect and a little bit of courtesy, two signs that aren't supposed to get along can get along well if they're good communicators and they care about how they talk to each other and how they treat each other. And that's all that matters is really caring for a person. Successful relationships are always relationships where two people care enough about each other to say the thing the way it needs to be said, to maintain that care. People who just blurt out whatever the hell they feel because they feel it don't usually make good communicators. F Mango says, "Sorry, I wrote my question in that chat below. In the chat below. Oh crap! I didn't. Let me see. I'm gonna look for you, F Mango, because you gave me $2. I appreciate you. Let me see. I don't see your question yet. I'm sorry, F Mango gave me a $1.99 super chat. It didn't give her no love. It didn't show up, but I appreciate it. So I'm looking for F Mango. Having trouble finding you, F Mango. Having trouble finding you. F Mango, as a virgin, okay, well, man, I found you. Look at that. I'm a beast. F Mango says, as a virgin in her late 20s, waiting for the right guy, I move at my own comfort. But men always want more if we're barely there emotionally. Am I unrealistic for hoping to find this in this sexual age? No, not at all. Okay, so relationships boil down to something kind of like what the last person asked me, compatibility, right? You have to find someone whose outlook on life, whose views match up with your views, uh, who whose intent in life is similar to yours, right? And no matter if you're a virgin, if you're very promiscuous, if you're moderately sexual, if you're asexual, no matter what type of sex life you have, you still have to find someone who agrees with your soul, your spirit, and your mind, right? And people are all concerned about test driving the car. That ain't test drive that dumbass shit. I'm so tired of hearing the fucking test drive a car analogy. It's stupid. Um, we get it. You want to have sex with people. I get it. And I ain't mad at you. Do what you do. But for those who aren't having sex or for those who are a bit too fragile to enter the arena of promiscuity, I need you to understand something that it's not because you're not promiscuous or you're not sexually active moderately or lightly or whatever otherwise that you haven't found a boyfriend. Most of the women who I talk to are sexually active, be it moderate or very, very, highly sexual active. It doesn't matter that if you have sex or not. It matters if you found a guy that matches your personality, your lifestyle ambition, and your life outlook, right? Your worldview. When people don't find that match, it ultimately doesn't work most times. And so you might be a virgin and you'll start to blame your virginity on the fact that you haven't found the right guy because I'm a virgin. I get it. But as I told a client earlier this week, it has much less to do with your virginity than you give it credit for. You just haven't found the guy who agrees with your spirit, who agrees with your soul, and who connects with you on that level. When you find a guy who needs you, uh, absent the sex, absent um, the sexual favors or the alternative methods of pleasure. When you find a guy who connects with you for you first and wants you for you, the sex doesn't matter. And ultimately, that's what you're looking for anyway. For a guy to need the sex from you to figure out if he wants those other things is an illusion. It's something that people tell themselves in order to either get sex or have more sex. And something guys convince women of all the time that, hey, I need the sex to figure out if I like you because I got to test drive the car. Or we say, I don't buy a car before I test drive it. That's bullshit. Nobody has to test drive you. Okay. Man, stop getting test drove. What's this? Okay. See, I'm ranting again. The point is this. Um, as a virgin, if Mango, uh, be proud of the decision you've made to hold tight to the convictions that you have had for yourself. You've been loyal to yourself. You have protected yourself, and you've done what you needed to do to have peace. Do not blame the fact that you're still single on that because there are some 40, 50, and 60, and even 70-year-old people writing me who are still single and they've been having sex. So it's not the sex that is causing you to miss out on relationships. It's just the fact that you haven't found the person that you're compatible enough with to get past the beginning stages of a relationship. I hope that helps because it's absolutely true. All right. Where are you from? You have an accent. Um, I don't like to tell everybody where I'm from, but I'm from Ohio. I'm a Midwest native, so I don't know if that helps. People always say I have an accent. I don't think I have an accent, but uh, you know, I guess. But in the Midwest, we kind of get stuff from everywhere. We get stuff from down south. We get stuff from the West Coast. We kind of swagger jack the rest of the country. I don't think a lot of trends come from the Midwest. It's just how it works. So I don't think I'm adopting an accent for any particular reason, but this is just how I've always talked, and I'm not sure what the accent you're hearing is. For some reason, I thought you might be a Capricorn, but Libra makes sense. Yeah. Libra's are chill and charming. You're absolutely right. We are. Okay. The only people that miserable comment on made up rules, what you can or cannot do. Your followers climbing, but don't always worry about it. Oh yeah, definitely. She's the only people that worry and comment up about made up rules and what can't. Yeah, I get what you're saying, uh, honey Skrilla. Them people going what they say, haters gonna hate. I don't think that they're haters. I think that they're misunderstanding my point and my reasoning for making videos. They think that my reasoning is to tell women what they're doing wrong and how they need to be better for men, and that's not my point at all. My point is to build stronger women, build well-equipped women, build wiser women. Um, Remind women of the responsibility that they have to act with discernment, right? There are women who swear up and down and who believe vehemently that women are just as strong, just as capable as men. I believe the same thing. But you cannot claim that strength and then refuse all responsibility of that strength. If you are as strong and as capable as a man, and not like all men aren't even strong and capable, but theoretically speaking, if we're just talking about the issue of feminism or a woman power, right? Women are as capable as men. Women are as smart. They are as intelligent. They have as much to offer. They are as valuable, if not more. They are the treasure of the world, if you ask me. But with that power comes great responsibility. You can't then void that responsibility because you want to blame a man for a thing that you could have avoided in the first place. Yes, you've come across a weak man, but my goal isn't to tell you how weak he was so you feel better about the bad decision you make about giving yourself to a man that wasn't worthy for a man wasn't worthy of you to begin with. My point is to make sure that I train a generation of women who might not have known or been aware of the points that I make, to look for these things as they happen, so they don't stagger into their 30s or 40s, beat up, feeling used up, feeling um, just jaded. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't think that people understand that. So yeah, haters gonna hate. But when these people come to my page, they're coming from a place of, this is a man trying to tell women how to act, and that's not my place, and that's not the context of my channel. But they don't listen to very much of the video. They hear me give the first, what they consider, tip, and then they assume that the whole video is going to be me telling women how they should conduct themselves to be better for men who aren't worth it. And I don't think that I don't think that it's obvious to them immediately what my point is, but it should be obvious to most people, because if you can read, or you can listen, the context of my videos is apparent. But some people is just missed on them. They don't get it, so I can't worry about them. But that's the point of my channel. And there's a video called "What My Channel Is About," and it only has like 2,000 views. It was never popular, but then I always get emails and stuff that come from people who apparently have no idea what my channel is really about or the purpose of it. So that's what my channel is about: building stronger women. Um, and that comes from a place of love. I know a lot of people. I've always cared about women, and I know a lot of women in my personal life, family, and friends who have dealt with a lot that they shouldn't have. And I've always been that guy that they call. And I would hope that somebody was there to tell my female family members and female friends before they had made those mistakes, what they were getting into. And so that's my position here: is I'm trying to be a big brother, or a friend, the guy friend, or the big brother that some of these women never had, because I don't want people to stagger into their 30s and 40s, with these bad experiences that were avoidable. What does it mean when a guy says he cares about you? It means he cares about you. It actually means, most of the time, if a guy If a guy says Tashika Chalmers, I appreciate this question. If a guy says he cares about you, it usually means he loves you. Like a man will tell you he cares about you before he tells you he loves you because he thinks the word care is more appropriate than the word love. And sometimes people are a bit afraid of how you might respond to the word love, and they don't want to feel like they don't want to overstep their boundaries. So, man, you know, for a very long time says, "Hey, I care about you." He really wants to say he loves you, unless he doesn't know you very well, and then he's just trying to say I like you a lot. But care is a substitute for love for a lot of guys. Not every time. I don't speak in absolutes. I always get those comments too. Every guy ain't like this. Isn't everybody? Of course, it isn't everybody. Did you get the context of the video? I was talking about a very particular thing in a very particular context. Never mean everybody. I never mean every man. That's why I make very, very particular subjects, so we can talk about that thing and the intricacies of it. Um, but thanks for the question. Good question. Do you think it's healthy to be so focused on self-growth that you neglect dating? I almost feel like it will make me miss a possible opportunity because I'm not looking for anything at the moment. I think that it's possible. I talk to a lot of people, and I have a few clients that have buried themselves in their self-growth, but it's been professional. So if your self-growth is something that grows, it's not self-growth if it is, but it's not. It's like, okay, some people, if you have a job that you love and you do the thing that you love to do for a living and you dedicate your whole life to this job, right? And you do this thing for 20 years and you look up and say, wow, I never dated. I just was married to my job. Well, that's not necessarily self-growth. I think it was self-growth to attain the thing that you love to do as a financial anchor. It was self-growth to achieve the dream of living your dream every day and doing the thing that you wanted to do. But it's not necessarily self-growth. You know, it's professional growth, but it's not self-growth to be a workaholic just because you love your job. You know, and so it depends on what type of self-growth you're talking about. My damn lips are dry. I said self-growth. It depends on what kind of self-growth you're talking about. A lot of people neglect dating and then they regret it. And I end up talking to them in their late 40s or their late 50s, and some in their 60s. And you know, as clients, and they don't like the fact that they wasted a lot of time, or they neglected a lot of time that they could have been finding a partner, because they feel like the time is ticking. You know, there's a sense of urgency that clicks in with everybody eventually, that wait, I might be alone for a while, I might never find nobody. And while most of the time it's not true, you'll find someone. You can find someone anyway. It's also counterintuitive to not date around if you plan on dying with a person next to you, or having a person in your life. You know, try to do a bit of both, multitask a bit. But yeah, it can be it can be a bit counterintuitive to not at least keep your eye open for dating opportunities, especially if you're immersed in work. But if your self growth is spiritual, you have a bit more room. Maybe you don't work as much, you have a bit more room. So I guess it depends on what kind of self growth it is. But don't let life pass you by under the guise of self growth, because that can be much like a drink or a smoke or a drug to some people. Their journey for self growth, they get so immersed in that they don't live life. They don't live a real life, and that's a thing. F Mango, TY. Man, I suck at them. What's TY? Oh, thank you. Okay, wow. See, these acronyms, man. Listen. Thank you. I cut my losses when it's clear the interest isn't genuine enough to go deeper. I just want intrinsic to match extrinsic. Thanks for the word. Oh man, I appreciate the super chat again. And anytime, you know, I really do enjoy helping people, and that's why, for the most part, my lives are about answering questions instead of about me talking at the audience, because I just want to give people the time and the energy to give me questions that they would otherwise have to email me and wait for 3 or 4 weeks, because now the wait is 3 weeks to some people. And Man, I feel terrible about that. I just wish I could talk to everybody, but I still have a full-time job. I have a 1-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. I have a wife. People need attention. In my personal life. So I only have maybe 2 hours a day to deal with comments and emails right now, and I try to get everything on the weekend. When things are a lot slower, I wake up a bit earlier and go through comments and emails. But I have like 600 comments over the last 2 days that I just haven't been able to get to. And if y'all been watching my channel for a long time, y'all know I answer everybody's comment. Everybody's comment. I'm having a great week, but I'm not being able to answer everybody's comment. I end up giving everybody like an emoji or something for a response instead of giving them the time that I would normally give them. So just forgive me if you feel like I didn't get to you, but know that my heart's in the right place, and I really do want to help you. So you can drop a couple dollars on the PayPal and get pushed up to the top of the list. I'm just playing. Well, I'm not just playing. I'm very serious, but it's not required. You just got to wait a bit if you don't. Help me help you. Um, Shirley Haynes said he told me he loves me. I corrected him. Then he goes on to tell me how much he likes me, but in the back of my mind, I feel he is dishonest. If you feel like a guy is dishonest, it means he's either not matched his actions with his words, or he's giving you a reason to distrust him. And so you never want to turn your back on your intuition. Sometimes you don't know why you feel a thing, and so it makes you think that your intuition is wrong because you feel the truth, but you don't know what the truth is. You don't know why you're feeling that way. Don't turn your back on your intuition, man. Just somebody said, listen, bitch, cook my food. Didn't I hear you? What? Oh my God, somebody going in on somebody. I don't know who they going in on, but I'm not gonna show the comment because they going crazy. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I was saying. I just completely, somebody's saying some wild stuff. I wish I could see. Okay. So yeah, if you feel like a man is dishonest, um, don't ignore that, but also don't hold him to the sin or the dishonesty if you can't prove it. So that's something that you have to keep in the back of your mind, and you watch his actions and you wait for his actions to confirm or deny what he's told you. And that's all you do. You just got to be patient, play the long game, watch his actions. Don't give him none until you know that what he's saying is true, and he's backed it up with actions and consistency. Basically, the answer to all my questions is don't give him none. Don't give him none. I probably say that all the time. It's really true though. I mean that it's more power in not giving a man none than giving him some. Women always try to throw that ass at a guy so he can change his mind, and that ain't what changes his mind. What changes a man's mind is not getting it and having to invest it in a spiritual connection. That's what changes a man's mind. He gets stuck with you and he don't even know why he like you. He don't want to like you, but he start falling in love with you. Then you give him an ass, you know, after he's giving you his heart. But the other way around, it never works. Never, ever, ever works. The wise troll telling somebody to shut up. The wise troll said, Vanessa, shut up, woman. I'm a man now to me. Listen, wise troll, if you talking about Vanessa Harris, you got to get the hell up out of here. Yeah, you can. I don't know the other Vanessa, but if you talking to Vanessa Harris, ain't nobody gonna be talking to Vanessa like that. They probably ain't talking about Vanessa Harris. I think she done went to sleep. She got shit to do in the morning. Me and Vanessa straight though. Y'all ain't gonna be nobody better be disrespecting Vanessa. Somebody said, I was single for 15 years. She said that past tense, which means she's found someone, you know. And so think about how she felt on year 13, 14, 15, like, damn, I've been single this long. I never found somebody. She said the word was, y'all, which means she found someone after 15 years. So if you've been single for that long, understand that you can find somebody. Thank you for sharing that, Tiffany Moore. Appreciate that. Oh, this motherfucker. Man, come on. Listen, I'm sorry, but the wise troll in here tripping. I don't even know how to. Let me see. Let me get your ass up out of here. I'm done with your ass, please. Yeah, I'm done with the wise troll. You going in timeout. I'm tired of hearing your shit, wise troll. You talking to Miss a wise troll in here talking about it's a man's world. All right, I'm sorry, Carrie Chavez. Man, I got like 15ish minutes. I don't know how many times. I don't know what my wife doing. I got to make sure she's straight. But I'll give y'all as much time as I can. Carrie Chavez, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. She said, "What does it mean when a guy says he's in deep, like shows you he cares but can't give quality time? How can he show you? I would need, and I hate because you gave me a super chat, but hypothetically speaking, if a man says he's in deep, he's probably alluding to the fact that he likes you or he has deeper feelings for you. A man shows you he cares. I want to know how he's showing you he cares, but he can't give quality time. And I want to know why he can't give quality time. If a man shows you he cares for you, how is I need to know how he's showing you he cares, because if a man's buying you things, that doesn't show he cares. If a man has a lot of money, it's small things to a giant to buy gifts, but that doesn't show he cares. That just shows he's thinking about you. And I can think about a person, till I'm blue in the face, and it doesn't necessarily mean I really want anything from them. They just, they might be interesting to me at the moment. A man might entertain you. It doesn't mean he cares. Now, I'm not saying that man doesn't. I'm just saying I would need to know how he shows you he cares, because a man who cares will always attempt to give you the time that he has. And let's say a man works 16-hour days and he sleeps 6 hours. He might need an hour to recoup, but he'll give you an hour every day. If you the woman he loves and you the woman he want to be with, he'll make sure you get the 1 hour or one of the 2 hours that he has to breathe. Even though if he working 16 hours a day, a man will make time for his woman. He'll scratch it out somehow. And when a man doesn't, then you got to wait for his actions and his attempt to make that time match his words. Don't give a damn about what a man say. A man is in deep. I care about you. All these things are wonderful, but is he showing up when he don't have to? Is he giving you a portion of his free time every time he gets a chance? Man, when I've liked women or cared about women, when I have free time, it was their free time. I just wanted to spend my time in their presence. And I used to work third shift. When I met my wife, I was working a job I absolutely hated. Man, I hated them. I hated them. And I would be so tired, and it was on third shift. And I would get off at third shift, and I'd be sleepwalking at 5 o'clock. I was already tired at 5 o'clock at my job, and I didn't get off till 7:30. And I would get off at 7:30, and then drive over her house, and slap myself in the face a couple times, and wake up, and spend time with her like I hadn't worked at all. And I would go home and I would crash, and I was running myself into the ground, but nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered but giving her the time that she needed to make sure she understood that she was important to me. And some of y'all dating these guys that got plenty of time. Some of them ain't even got a damn job, and they won't give you no time, and you think you in a relationship. I make this point on my next video, but man, if a man ain't giving you the time he has, then you ain't in no relationship. So saying he's in deep means absolutely nothing. What does his actions show you? And you say his actions show you he cares. So I have to go with that. And I say, if his actions show you that, Carrie, then believe his actions. But I don't think that those actions would be void of quality time if they weren't simple. Some actions are very simple. I can buy you flowers, and yeah, it looks good and it makes you feel romantic and makes you feel special, but making you feel special and actually caring about you with my time is different. A man always gives his time when he cares. A little bit of it. He'll give you a portion of it, and it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? He'll carve out a day of the week. He'll carve out a time during the day. He'll carve out a time every day of the week. Even if it's 30 minutes, he'll give that time to you. If a man's not giving you his time and he's not talking to you on the phone, even if he can't get to you, if he's busy, he works away, but he'll talk to you on the phone. He'll give you something. Man can't give you no time. He ain't your man. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on the internet. I wear my hat to the back. I don't know shit. That's how people be acting like, oh man, you wear your hat to the back. You must not know shit. Maybe I don't. Somebody said Kev the troll shouldn't be talking to no Vanessa like that. Hell no, they shouldn't be talking to no Vanessa. That troll got put out. But look, I tell you something though, 300 seconds. The timeout is only 300 seconds, man. Listen. I bet they ain't better be talking to my Vanessa like that. Vanessa Harris, me and Vanessa tight. I be done reported them into YouTube talking to Vanessa Harris like that. I care about all my subscribers. I really do. I care about people, and I want people to understand that when they talk to me, not only do I keep their secrets, but I really do care that they get the results that they're looking for. A lot of people, they don't know that. Oh, Aquafina, hi. Yo, Aquafina always showing love in the comment section. She said, Kev, I'm coming to the music fest. I would love to meet you. I'm that one who is in the late 40s and feeling washed up like it's too late. I wasted my whole life not knowing how to get a good man or equal feelings. What music fest? I would have to. Aquafina, you always talk to me in the comment section. Just hit me in the comment section, let me know, or email me. But you always talk to me in the comment section. I feel like I talk to you all the time. So comment, let me know what you're talking about with music fest, because I don't be paying no damn attention to no music fests nowhere. And yeah, so Aquafina, just hit me in the comment section. Tell me what you're talking about, and we'll figure it out. I might have to do like a meet and greet at some point. I didn't think I had enough followers, but I might be able to scrounge enough up that it makes sense for me to come outside the house and talk to some people in person. Um, okay, Lolita, how you doing, Lolita? You sound familiar. I think I've talked to you a few times. She said I was talking to this guy a couple of months. I was talking to this guy for a couple of months, and he got out of a relationship recently. He said he didn't want to get serious. He kept saying he didn't want to hurt me, and I got scared and pulled away. If a man's telling you he don't want to hurt you, that means he understands, and he's trying to warn you that he can't be trusted with the responsibility of doing the right things by you. Unfortunately, men only say that when they know they can't trust themselves to do right by you or to give you the level of commitment that you might be giving them. So even though you feel like you didn't want to and it hurt, and you got scared and pulled away, you pulled away. You pulling away was the smart decision, because a man trying to warn you about not wanting to hurt you and saying he doesn't want to get serious, he's letting you know what your purpose is in his life. And while he might care about you, it's mainly to entertain him. And again, it could be it could be the feminine energy. Just the company of a woman is as powerful and as valuable as sex for some men. Just the company of a woman, her softness. And so if a guy's letting you know that he might not be trustworthy, you believed him and you did the right thing by moving on. And so don't feel bad about that. You needed to do that. It was the right decision. Of course, it doesn't feel good, but it was the smart thing to do, because you could be wasting your life like so many women do, playing around with a guy who never gets serious, never wants anything from them, only uses, only takes, never gives. Maybe 7 or 8 years into these washed up, shitty ass relationships, and these guys are still coming in and out of their lives as they please, and they're holding off, hoping one day he changes. He doesn't change. He doesn't start treating them better. He just does what he's been doing the whole time, which is nothing for them, and they giving up that. They laying down with the brother. I'm sorry. I keep on saying. Sometimes I be getting into my own little feelings, because I be getting so disgusted for these women that deal with this shit. But it's also frustrating because I'm mad at them. Why do you take shit and then complain about it? I don't take shit and then complain about it. I just don't take shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's easier not to take shit from me than take it and complain about it. Andrea, hey man, I appreciate you. You are a superstar in my comments today. I really appreciate you. She said, hold on, I need to go. She said, um, do men always take it badly when a girl rejects sex with them? Uh, why, although they're hooking up and making out or dating? Um, so you saying why do men always take it badly when a girl rejects sex with them? All they're hooking up and they're making out a date. Well, listen, if a guy is looking for sex with you and and he's not getting it, he may start to get frustrated. I don't know the inners of the relationship. I don't know how long you've been dating. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if there's a real connection on your side and his side, or if he's just wanting to have sex because he thinks that he deserves it for taking you out a few times. I don't know if he thinks it's due payment for the time he put in. I don't know what kind of time he put in, but I do know that when men uh, take it badly, if you don't want to have sex with him, it. I can understand why if he's emotionally invested and he wants sex, that it might be I guess it might be discouraging if he is in a place where he really cares about you and really loves you, and he's just heartbroken that you don't trust him enough to have sex with him. But guess what? Man, this happens like 1% of the time. Most of the time, when men are mad that you won't give them none, it's because it's a part of their main goal system anyway. Like it's one of the main things they want, and they're not getting it, and they feel like they've done all the cheap work that they could do to get it, and they don't want to put no real time in. So I don't want to bash the gentleman because I don't know the relationship. I don't know the details, but I do know that if a guy's upset that he's not getting the sex from you, um, it might be a good decision to keep holding off the sex because it has to be about you, and the sex has to come as a result of him in engulfing himself and just smothering himself with you. Like a man needs to want you, and so if he wants the sex and he's focused on the sex, that might be one of his end goals, and that's a dangerous move to make. Did somebody just give me? Did I just miss a super chat? I think I just missed a super chat. Let me see. Somebody give me a super chat and I missed it. I don't think I missed a super chat, but I'm about to see. I think I might have missed a super chat. Oh, I think I got you. That might have been Lolita. Okay, I think I got it. I think I'm good. Um, Let me text my wife to make sure she's still straight because I'll be on this thing until basically she wants to watch TV or go to sleep. Uh, Hold on, I'm just texting my wife. So she texts me. Okay, she says she good. She heard me. All right, so I'm still all right. I can talk. Um, my wife also moderates the comments sometimes. So if somebody being real rude and she catches it on one of her accounts, she'll moderate the comments and get rude people out the comment section too. So I really appreciate her because it's always somebody in the comment telling me to go back to Africa or some shit like that. I don't know where they get that shit from, but yeah, she don't have access to block people. Well, we need to figure that out. Let me see. Yeah, it's clear. Okay, so Andrea said, yeah, there's a clear connection. Like we are in a friends with benefits thing, but we have a special connection. He told me that a few times about what he feels about me. Yeah, so Andrea, if there's a special connection and there's an emotional bond that you have, and it supersedes the sex, um, you still don't have to feel like you are obligated. You never obligated to give your body to a man. I don't give a damn how close he says y'all are or how close you feel like y'all are. You know, I don't think you ever owe a man that. Okay, you might owe a man $5.97 for that burger he bought you. You might owe a man movie tickets. Okay, but you don't owe a man the ass. You just never owe a man the ass. And so, man, I don't care nothing about that. Only time a woman should feel obligated to lay down with a man is in a marriage situation. And again, that man has obligations to that woman. And I think that in a healthy marriage, you don't have it ain't no obligation. People want it. But I think that's the only time where somebody would would question a woman not giving herself up freely to a man is like, well, that's your husband. Is something going on? Is there a problem? But outside of a marriage issue, no woman needs to feel obligated or even feel that type of pressure from a man. So let him just have his hissy fits and his temper tantrums. Ain't nobody worried about that shit. You don't have to give it to him if you ain't ready. You got to be comfortable with him, and that's just the bottom line. You gotta be comfortable. And again, we don't want him to confuse what this is. And if he wants that, he might want to step up and be more than friends with benefits and actually give you a commitment. And then you can give him the ass once he proves that that's what he was really after, was the commitment. Uh, Now, I apologize if some people don't like the A word. I ain't interested in trying to appear more professional than I am. I just don't. It's not why I'm here. Um. Uh, Yo, somebody said she sees all those super chats. She's good. I think she's catching up on her little weekly stories or her TV shows that she's supposed to be watching with me, but be leaving me out of all the time. She ain't watching some shit she's supposed to wait on with me. We be watching 90 Day Fiance, man. That shit's funny. Um, okay, Aquafina. Ah, she says she can't get the super chat to work. I ain't mad at you, Aquafina. You ain't gotta worry about the super chat. I know you got love. You always in the comment section. You always showing love. I appreciate you. I appreciate your views. I appreciate the insight that you put on these conversations. You always elevate the conversations. I love when people add something to the conversation. And Aquafina is an elevated mind, so I appreciate her conversation. And she has wisdom that I don't have, and so I always like learning from some of my older subscribers. Um, Jai, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that beautiful name. Said my boyfriend of 2.5, and thank you for the 4.99 super chat, by the way. She said my boyfriend of 2.5 years disappeared. Recently, a year later, he texts me with emojis and calls sometimes. Help, I love him. Ooh, I'm wondering how that disappearing act worked, Jai. Like, if how does a man be your boyfriend for 2.5 years and disappear? It reminds me of the lady from Eat, Pray, Love. Y'all heard that story about the Eat, Pray, Love lady. She basically just abandoned her family to go find herself, and she did that shit for like 2 or 3 years. And I think when people do that, it's disgusting because I don't understand how you can be committed to somebody and just drop off the face of the earth like that. So I hate that you might not get enough of an answer, but you got it right, man. Put some dollar signs in it because I need more details than that because that's some bullshit that he did that, and I don't know how. Oh, he disappeared for a year. Yeah, the hell with that. I see. I can't. It's hard for me to support stuff. I told somebody the other day they was asking me how to impress some ain't shit man. I just want to call him some ain't shit man. She was trying to get this ain't shit man to see that she was the one, and I was telling her if I wouldn't recommend a man for a woman in my family or a friend of mine, then I'm not gonna tell you how to impress him. Like he ain't shit. You need to find somebody else to connect with. She ultimately appreciated that, but I'm for real on that, man. My standards don't change depending on who asked the question or if they throw some paper at me. And I appreciate your question, but I don't think that you should be I think that man has some issues and he has some answering to do before you be trying to figure out how to get him back. And you could have done something wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the gentleman obviously didn't consider you before he skipped off on you like that. I think that's wrong. Y'all need to figure something out first. It's not always about you trying to figure out how to impress him again or get him back. He disappeared. That's a big word. That's different than we broke up. We had some misunderstandings. He disappeared. Um, there's some honor that he left on the table for you that you need to figure out how to get back. Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie? Oh man, it was wonderful talking to you, Stephanie. Wonderful talking to you. BFF, yeah. Stephanie, my new BFF, y'all. Stephanie and Vanessa are my BFFs. Stephanie and Vanessa, Stacy, Stephanie, Vanessa, Stacy. Uh, I call her Miss Charles. Man, I can't pronounce her first name, but I got some real strong supporters, man. They lovely people, and I appreciate them. So let me see. She said, "Hey BFF, thanks again for the other day and your valuable information. Uh, I think that what you're doing is amazing for women." Stephanie Sinclair. Hey, and Stephanie has a blog. Y'all need to check Stephanie's blog out and check Stephanie's Instagram out. Brown, hold on, I got it. Brown Wasabi at Brown Wasabi, I believe, at Instagram. correct me if I'm wrong, but at Brown Wasabi, and I think she has a website, brownwasabi.com or something of the nature. She got some awesome stuff she's doing, and I really appreciate her insight. Um, Cassie L. I appreciate you, Cassie L. Thanks for the super chat. She said, "How long should you wait to know if a guy likes you before you have sex?" I don't think that you should have sex if you just think a guy likes you. I think that that's where I differ. People be talking about. I know that a lot of guys on YouTube, they really just in here trying to tell women what they want to hear so they can get some money out of them or get some stuff. And I'm not talking about nobody in particular. These are just ideas. I ain't got no beef with nobody, but um, I just don't recommend that women give sex to men who only like them. I think that it's dangerous. And if you want to have sex, and if you are sexually active and you want the sex and you don't mind if it stops at sex, then have the sex. But if you want the relationship to be more than that, if you want a purpose bigger than an orgasm for him, then you have to wait until his heart is as connected to you as his penile ambition. um, Yeah, so how long should you wait to know if a guy likes you? First of all, his actions should tell you he likes you, but I would wait till he loves you, and it doesn't take that long. A man loves a woman within, some months. But if you have to have the sex, then understand that you're taking a risk of redirecting your relationship to be more about the physical gratification of your relationship instead of the connection and the building. So, like is not the word that you use before sex. Love is. Um, and if anything comes before love, then you might not get to love. You may. And look, some guys I've known guys that have one night stands with women, and then they have a lovely budding relationship, and they're together for years. That's rare, and it's usually not the case. And so you just got to be careful about rewarding what you consider emotional intent with sex. Make the sex about what you want, and do so with the understanding that it might stunt the growth of the relationship if that guy wasn't being genuine with you. And so if you misjudge how much he likes you and you have sex with him, you might not ever get to the love part. And I think if that's the goal, then you should focus on that as the parameter you use to measure if you should be having sex. That was a long answer to a short question. Uh, oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Did I get uh, uh, Alligator says, I appreciate your super chat, Alligator. She said, why do most guys on dating sites have BS profiles? Well, because uh, you can be anything you want to be on the internet. It's like most people aren't going live or video chatting with people who can measure how genuine they're being, right? So there's no there's no real way to accurately determine if they are who they say they are. And so I know people who are lame in real life, who are superstars on the internet, right? They be on Facebook, like we getting like 700 likes on Facebook and shit. I mean, they the man or the woman on Facebook, and in real life they lame. They lame as hell. But they've created a persona on Facebook or on Instagram, and everybody thinks that, man, this person is cool, this person is worthwhile. And while everybody has value, I'm not saying that they're worthless people. I'm just saying that they're lame as fuck. And so being that lame in real life and knowing some of these people who are big on the internet, and you see them on the internet, and it's like, man, they giants, they doing it. I don't want to. I'm not to hate on them, but to know someone in their genuine state and then see them rise to some kind of, I don't know, internet fame is a tricky thing because it's not really fame. A lot of people think they have fans when they really just have viewers and people observing, but they're not really fans. They're not supporters. They're just viewers. But anyway, she said, why do most guys have dating sites that have BS profiles? It's because you can be anything you want to be on the internet. You don't have to be genuine. And The easiest way to get the most likes or follows or DMs responded to or emails responded to is to make a BS profile. Uh, Most people aren't in the habit of being themselves on the internet because who they are hasn't garnered them the best results. They haven't gotten the things that they wanted out of being genuinely who they are. Um, for many reasons, and not to diminish those people, but when you don't get the results that you want socially in real life, you learn that on the internet, the things that people usually judge of you before they discard you socially can't be seen on the internet. So if I want a lot of women to think that I'm really cool, and I know in person they see me, they see the clothes I wear, the car I drive, my stature, my posture, the way I talk. They see any of that stuff and they be like, I don't know about this dude. But on the internet, they don't see any of that. All they see is the perfect pictures that I take. I take 20 pictures and I get the best picture that I got. I get my best clothes on, get the best angle of my car, get the best angle of my hair. Right after I get a haircut, then everything is fine. And then, and of course people respond to it. But until women stop responding to what they see on profiles and start checking these men's resumes and really making these people prove who they are, they're gonna keep doing it. And everybody's catfishing. It's not just guys. To be honest, women do the BS thing on profiles as much. I talked about it the last video, but man, a woman would take like 20 pictures and then she would put the best picture on there, and it'd be the best angle with the best lighting, and yet why that's her and she's beautiful. Then she'll throw a filter on it. It's like, damn, that now you done took the best, you done took the top picture of 20 or 30 pictures and then thrown a filter on it. We all doing it. Well, not we all, I'd say we all. I don't give a damn about my social media. Y'all see I do mostly memes because I just don't like taking pictures of myself. I take pictures with my kids all the time, but I'm not a big. I'm off topic. Like I said, because you can be anything you want to be on the internet, and they get more girls when they lie because they're probably lame in real life. That's why they do it. Hi, Kevin and everyone. How are you? Are there still hope for us virgin women? Are men still willing to wait to marriage to get intimate? Thank you for all what you do. Dee Dee, man, we've talked about this virgin stuff a couple of times today, and I'm not mad at you. You probably missed the first couple of times I addressed virginity, but yeah, absolutely. There is very much hope for you guys. There's a lot of hope for virgin women. I made the point earlier that just because you're a virgin, your virginity isn't the reason why you're still single. There are women who are having sex that can't find a man either, so it's not about your virginity. It's still hope that you just have to find a man who's compatible with you, whose convictions match yours, who's as committed to what he believes as you are, and find a man who believes in the same thing, and he will not only respect the fact that you're a virgin, but he will love you more for it. And it's not like a strike against you. Men love saying, ain't nobody been with my woman but me. Man, every man wishes he could say that. Every man wishes he could say that. So just have some patience and find a man that's compatible with you, and focus less on your virginity. Develop the connection. Lolita, what's up? What's up? Are you still in here? I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Lolita. She said, thanks for the advice. He's been hurt before, and I understand it hurts because we hang out with friends, and often our friends don't know we get so nervous. He gets so nervous when he sees me. But like some men are damaged, and I think that dealing with damaged men, I'll probably do a video about it, and it'll probably get a lot of dislikes because people want to. As soon as I say, "Oh, well, this man been damaged, you should probably handle him like this," somebody's gonna jump in the comment section like, "Well, what about what they do to women?" That's not the subject of this video, but thanks for your comment. But yeah, sometimes when men are damaged or they have some insecurities, they do things that we don't understand, Lolita. But at the same time, you still have to hold them to the standards that make you feel most comfortable with the situation. And as long as you're being your best to them, you should require their best from them. And so, even though these guys have been through stuff, you never want to get in the habit of you know, for lack of a better term, taking shit from people, you know, because it still doesn't create a healthy relationship or dynamic. It just sets the tone for you taking more shit in the future. All right, I got 6 minutes. I'm getting off of here at 2 o'clock. I swear, I gotta go to sleep because I'm gonna have to wake up about 30 minutes early and try to respond to as many comments and as many questions and emails as possible. And it's probably gonna be like 20 or 30, but I gotta try to wake up early and get to some comments or emails because I'm really behind. And I've been telling people, hey, I'm gonna get you tomorrow, and I had to tell them I had to email them back, hey, I'm gonna get you tomorrow. You know. Just low. Hey, about me always texting the guy first. So he takes forever to respond, but he always does hours later. I deleted his number, no contact. When did you delete his number? Um, I don't think, like I said, I don't think if a guy's taking forever to respond to you that he's as interested in you as you are of him. And most of the time, a guy would do that stuff and it's strategic. But even if it's strategic, there should be a certain respect for your time and your attempt. And when a guy's taking forever to respond, is every time. What kind of relationship can that lead to if a man's always taking forever to respond to you? It just can't. You, I've known women that chase their man around town all day. They don't never know where their damn man at ever. They don't know where he at. They don't know where he come home. They don't know when he gonna answer the phone for them. That's the type of precedent that you set when you continue moving forward with a guy who's not prompt in his responses. Um, so you don't want to enter a relationship like that because it only gets worse. It doesn't get better when as a guy gets more bored in the relationship. If a guy's not excited in the beginning and being attentive in the beginning, it only gets worse from there. A guy that always wants you to initiate is not caring about you or respecting you. Hey man, I ain't mad at that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But you ain't off. You ain't far off at all. Not at all. She said I deleted his number days ago. He hasn't reached out honestly over the situation. Yeah, if you delete a man's number and you still don't hear from him, or you stop calling him in or text him and you still don't hear from him, it's like he didn't care, or if he did care, he didn't care very much. So, don't worry about it, man. Aquafina said, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate you more. You're my bestie in my head. I can't. I probably got some stuff going on. Like I said, hit me up, Aquafina. Let me know exactly what you're talking about because I'm not from the Cincinnati area. And so that might be a problem because, like I said, I'm not from the Cincinnati area. Uh, I'm from Ohio, though. Well, I don't know why it blocked your comment for some reason. Oh, maybe because you Aquafina27 at Gmail. Okay, I show the comment so I can see it later. Cool. How many minutes I got? I got 3 minutes, y'all. 3 minutes. Um, he told me he wanted to marry me and love me 3 days ago, and now he ghosted me. Man, some of these men ain't shit. And I could do a bunch of videos about that, and y'all already know. Man, it would be a waste of time. It don't build you up, right? If a man tells you that and then he ghosts you, you know he didn't believe it. He only said it because he wanted something from you. And I hope you didn't give it to him, but you probably did because he ghosted, which means he either gave up on getting whatever it was he wanted or he got it and then left. That's why y'all got to stop feeling so much and start thinking a little bit more. You can feel those feelings, but don't act on the feelings. You act on what your mind tells you, act on the thoughts that you have and compute these situations, measure these situations and remeasure these situations. Stop just feeling and going with the feeling because ultimately you'll be feeling a lot of regret because you didn't think, you didn't compute, you didn't observe, you wasn't vigilant. You got to be all of these things when you're dealing with a man that you don't know, especially if you're giving him some money, giving him some, whatever. Y'all gotta do a better job computing what the hell's going on with these guys before you offer something to him that you can't get back. Not that you did. I don't know if you did or not, but I'm just saying. He told you all that and then he gone. I get that every day. What's the best way to approach a man? I like to say something to him that's safe, that won't seem thirsty, but show him I'm interested. I've gotten high handsome. High handsome. The word handsome is cool because To men, it lets them know that hey, they look nice, or they're interesting. They're easy on the eyes. But handsome doesn't say, man, I want to jump your bones or nothing like that. Handsome says, I notice your looks, I notice your stature, I notice your posture, or whatever. I like how you present. You can say that. I like how you present yourself, or I like how you carry yourself. It's not. You, Women have a lot of things. Like the range for compliments for men that they won't take too far is so wide for women. You don't have to say a lot of things, man. I mean, you can say a lot of things. You can call a man handsome. Um, Now I do. If a girl calls me, I've been called beautiful a lot. If when I walk past a girl or something, they feel like, man, you are beautiful. And that tells me she wants a lot. That tells me she really enthused about the way I look or something like that. So you ain't got to say beautiful. But if you just say, "Hey, handsome man," or you looking handsome today, that shows him that you notice him, and you pay enough attention to see what he's wearing or how he's presenting himself. And a lot of times, if you compliment a man and you tell him he's looking handsome, you'll notice he'll start trying to look that good every day, and that's him telling you subliminally that, hey, I was really hoping that you noticed this again. And so there are a lot of ways to look very, very comfortable and confident when complimenting a man that don't make you look thirsty. Most things don't make you look thirsty. Sorry, when you're complimenting a man, but just stay away from sexy. Stay away from. I mean, if you think a man's beautiful, say it because it'll melt him. But it tells him that you really think he's real fine. But if you just say handsome, or tell him you like the way he carries himself, or he looks distinguished today or something like that, no man takes that out of context. He knows that he's being noticed, and he understands that by you saying that, you probably will notice him in the future, and you have been noticing him, but it doesn't give him enough to say, oh yeah, she want me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're avoiding. Oh yeah, she want this. But you're not gonna get that from a simple handsome or something like that. But I might have did a video about how to approach a man. If not, I'll do another one, and I'll get more specific about things that you can say, or conversation starters. I think that'll be a fun one. I try to mix my videos up because a lot of them get heavy and they be tear jerkers, and I don't mean to. That's why I tell a lot of little little jokes on the side, or I involve my sarcasm, because I want the videos to be lighthearted enough that people smile afterwards, and don't feel heavy. But also we have to discuss some heavier topics, and I don't want to shy away from those things, that to have just feel good videos that don't give you anything. So I'll do that one as kind of a feel good video, and we can just it ain't make nobody cry or nothing. Man, I gotta get up off of here. Let me see. Ugh. All right, I gotta get up off of here, people. I've been on here forever. It's 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. I gotta watch some TV and go to sleep. Man, I got an early morning. Oh god. All right, I need to get up off of here. So listen, I appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna try to save the comments. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I don't know. I might try to do like a rapid fire and pretend I'm still going live and do a whole video of me answering these other questions. But I always say I'm gonna do that, and then I just don't get the chance because I have to move on to the next topic sometimes. So I ain't gonna make no promises about what I'm gonna do. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all, and thank you, Julia Elkin, for your $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And man, for everybody who dropped a super chat today, these things really help. Like I said, and they keep my dream alive of ultimately just doing this for a living and helping as many people as I can. I feel like I've been given some kind of privilege to be able to affect people in the way I do sometimes. And I want to make sure that I take that gift, or that ability, and use it responsibly, but use it often for good. So I appreciate people who appreciate what I'm doing, and I love to support people who support me. So if you've ever given them a PayPal, or if you become a Patreon supporter, or you bought a consultation from me, man, all of that stuff really helps, and it helps my family, and it helps keep me encouraged, and it keeps me making these videos. And so I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys have a good night. I gotta find the off button because I don't. Oh, here we go. All right, then. Y'all be cool. I'm off. All right.